is out of the Cincinnati Reds organization, former big league catcher who spent the last couple of years in Dayton with the Reds. He is their skipper here, trying to win Peoria the championship. As they were a team that had to go through this new format, Jim. The playoff format changed this season in the AFL. Every team made it. They had to win 2 games to get here, whereas the top 2 seeds were given byes into the semis as Logan Martin heads to the mound wearing a San Francisco Giants uniform, although he started this fall league as a member of the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, he got traded on Tuesday. Mason Black got designated for assignment by the Giants, traded to the Royals for Logan Martin. He's actually, if it had been Scottsdale had won last night, he could have pitched against his new organization, some of his new organization mates. We won't have Giants on Giants crime today, but we do get Logan Martin on the mound, former 12th round pick out of the University of Kentucky a couple years ago. He's, low 90s with a fastball. He's got a cutter slider in the mid 80s and a changeup. Been knocked around a little bit like a lot of pitchers are in the fall league. We'll see what he comes up with today. He was better in his last start, and we'll see if he can ride that momentum today.
Yeah, as Jim mentioned, he's the lone Giant on this surprise roster. The players from the Royals, the Rangers, the Guardians, the Brewers, and the Phillies. And the lone Giant here. Every year there are changes to these teams, so it's not that the 5 organizations that are represented stay the same every season, although Surprise always has members of the Royals and Rangers because that's their spring training home, and Peoria always has members of the Padres and Mariners because that's where they have their spring training, the home of the Vetter Cup.
Yeah, those are the only teams I can ever keep track of, the spring training teams, because they are interchangeable. Look here, like we were talking about, Logan Martin, 92, 96. He's not going to overpower you with stuff, and he's at his best when he's throwing strikes, and it helps that stuff play up a little bit. I will say the one thing that's consistent is seeing these 2 teams in the championship game. Surprise is in the game for the 6th straight season. 16 consecutive championship games have consisted of either the Javelinas or the Saguaros. So one of these teams is usually playing for the title.
Something in the water in the West Valley.
I guess. And then, with this new format now, it enables you to get, teams from the same side in the championship, which wouldn't have been possible even 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, Peoria beating Scottsdale, who was the top seed last night, as Enrique Bradfield Jr. from the Baltimore Orioles. Their first-round pick from 2023 gets set to lead things off. You get a look at his AFL statistics. As Jim mentioned, one of the top base runners in the league and the top defensive player. The first pitch of the championship game is up high a ball, and we are underway. Bradfield was a very famous college player at Vanderbilt.
No, he was. I mean, he was famous even going back to his high school days. And, first round pick, I think, going into his junior year, there was some thought he might even be higher than that, potential top 5 pick. Kind of a study in extremes when you're breaking him down as a player. It's an 80 runner on the 20-day scouting scale where 50 represents average. It's probably a 70 defender. It's a bat-to-ball skills. He can get on base, but there's not a lot of impact. So it's can he drive the ball consistently enough? I think that will determine ultimately, is he an everyday player? Is he an everyday player on a contending team? Or is he more of that kind of, 4th outfielder who gives you speed and defense?
Takes the 2-1 high. It's 3-1. That's the other part that's been part of his game going back to his amateur days. Is very good idea of the strike zone. He was one of 2 first-rounders in 2023 that walked more than they struck out in the SEC in all 3 of their college seasons. The other, Jacob Gonzalez of the White Sox. As ball 4 misses, and Enrique Bradfield Jr. in his great speed is aboard to start the top of the first. Get a look at the defense there for the surprise Saguaros. Keep an eye on Dante Nori in center field. There are similarities between him and Bradfield.
No, there are. I mean, he's a speedster. I think he might have a little bit more thump in the long term. Yeah, and with Bradfield, he knows his limitations. He knows he's not a power hitter. He doesn't try to hit for power. I was wondering if we're going to see him steal, but he give him that base pretty easily. He had 17 steals during the regular season, 2nd in the league. And he's a threat to steal 3rd, too, Mike. Like, if they don't pay attention to him, he might wind up on 3rd base pretty quick.
Man, that's a really fun matchup with Blake Mitchell behind the plate because Mitchell has a tremendous arm. Let's see, that one just eluded Mitchell. So the man in scoring position with nobody out in the top of the first. Leo Balcazar from the Cincinnati Reds hits. Bradfield bluffs, and that went to the screen. And Bradfield will make 3rd thanks to a pair of wild pitches. And already Peoria with a chance to take the lead. That one was an easy chance for Mitchell. And see there, he really didn't have much of an opportunity to get it. Infield coming in here already in the first inning.
Which is interesting because it's such a high-scoring environment, and both these teams are kind of, you know, guys don't pitch on consecutive days. It's not, they have 25 pitchers on a roster. You don't have the full complement of these guys available. You know, you have only probably like 6, 7, 8 guys, maybe tops. It's a very hitting-oriented league. I don't think one run's going to win this game, but it's curious to see them play in right away.
Alcazar fouls it off to the right and out of play. I wonder how much of that has to do with the hitter that's up. Alcazar, not really a power guy, but I mean, huge improvements approach-wise this year. Walk rate way up, strikeout rate way down for the Reds prospect.
Yeah, I mean, he's you know, that contact on base type of guy. You know, not a real speedster. Kind of the same offensive profile, similar to Bradfield, without the 80 speed. But yeah, I mean, that might be it. They figure, like, you know, it'll be curious. I mean, you can't walk Farmel to set the double play to pitch to Duno with the way Duno's been swinging the bat.
3-2 the count. No score in the first. High chopper over the head of Vasquez into left field, a base hit, and Peoria takes a 1-0 lead.
That backfired on him a little bit. If he's back, the run would have scored, obviously. You're not throwing Bradfield out from the hole, but that would have probably been an out at first, and they'd have one down.
Now, that's part of what makes this such a great offensive environment, too, Jim, is the ball travels because it's thin air. It tends to be warm here in Arizona. We're at elevation, and the infields are very, very hard.
Yeah, the ball scoots through the outfield in the air, and the ball scoots through the infield on the ground. Everything conspires against the pitchers out here.
Johnny Farmello of the Mariners takes inside ball one, top 100 prospect. We got a late start to the season, recovering from a torn ACL last year. He is a tooled up dude.
Yeah, he is. He's got one of the best power speed combinations in the league. You know, they have the new rule in baseball now, the prospect incentive to promote them early in the season. If they get a full year of service time and win the Rookie of the Year award, you get a draft pick. And Julio Rodriguez delivered the draft pick to the Mariners that got them Johnny Farmel. So Julio not only helping him on the field, but, you know, getting a tooled up center fielder as well.
And the speed has started to come back after the knee injury that he suffered last year. He's a very, very exciting player. He waits for the 2-1 and fouls it back. A little tardy. 96 early from Martin. It's 2-2. Look at the top prospects for the Seattle Mariners and all the way through Jurangelo Saintia. They are a loaded farm system.
No, they really, really are. Cole Emerson's one of the best young hitters in the game. Kate Anderson was the #3 pick in last year's draft, the best pitcher in the draft.
Hot smash to first, and throwing to second just in time is Luke Adams. Nice play by the first baseman for out number 1.
That was a nice play. He hit that pretty hard, just hit it right at Luke Adams. So I was just starting to say, you know, Kate Anderson was MVP of the College World Series. It would have been interesting. I would have been curious if that had been like a 3 unassisted runner on second. Do you walk Duno in the first inning with the way he's been swinging the bat? I think I might have. I mean, I'm not going to walk him now with a runner on first, but Alfredo Duno has been unbelievable recently.
Yeah. It was a very nice round of applause for the catcher, too. Get a look at Daniel Vasquez, the shortstop from Kansas City. 1-0 Peoria in the first.
Baseball stars from past and present tee off at the Capital One MLB Open. Enjoy all access to the unique head-to-head competition at Shadow Creek. The MLB Open All Access, presented by Capital One. Thursday, 9 Eastern on MLB Network.
Thinking of updating my kitchen?
Yeah?
Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
And over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Tradition. Tastes good when you add a little tropical sabor. Introducing Jim Beam Pineapple. Tradition with a piña twist.
Introducing the all-new Mobilizer compression socks from Copperfit. Easy on, easy off compression socks that reduce swelling and relieve tired, achy feet with built-in arch support technology for targeted relief right where you need it.
I thought all compression socks are the same, and I'll tell you, it's a world of difference.
No more pain, no more achy feet.
These are the socks to wear to help keep the energy going.
Now, Copperfit compression just got even better with energizing blue infrared fibers woven into soft, breathable compression fabric to help boost circulation, reduce swelling, and relieve pain. 2 breakthrough technologies combined to give you soothing foot relief all day, every day, so you can stay active. Get your Mobilizer socks now at mobilizersocks.com for as low as $19.99. Plus, your shipping is free. That's right, free shipping.
Nothing compares to Copperfit Mobilizer socks.
You have got to get these.
Get yours now at mobilizersocks.com.
Do you know we highlighted in the Open 4 homers in the postseason, 1 in the quarterfinals on Wednesday and 3 last night. Just the second 3-homer game in the Fall League in the last decade.
There's a smart fan who's gone out onto the berm in left field with a glove. Like he's ready. That's probably honestly where Josh Adamczewski should be playing if that were legal.
Here's the 0-1. Runner bluffs going, and he fouls it back. It's 0-2. Duno put up really strong numbers in the Florida State League this year in Daytona. An on-base percentage over 400. He hit 18 home runs, and that is not a great hitter's league. And you can see all 3 of those home runs in the last 2 days. The last one last night, 456. Over to first, and Carmelo, oh boy, a late reaction. Tony Blanco Jr. was at the top of that list, and Tony Blanco Jr., when he hits a ball, tends to stay hit, so Duno's in good company.
Yeah, and I think Tony Blanco Jr. also has the hardest hit ball in the league as well. I mean, it would be fun. I mean, we had a home run derby.
Runner goes, and that one fouled away.
Tony Blanco won, but like it'd be fun to see these guys in a home run derby.
0 home runs kept Duno out of it, but you can tell he is powerfully built.
He's saving them all for the playoffs. None in the regular season. Wasn't in the home run derby because he wasn't in it for power. He's got 4 in 2 games now.
Chop foul at the plate. He's able to stay alive. Missed a good chunk of last season because of broken ribs. So had to repeat the Florida State League. But it really feels like as long as the defense comes on with Duno, he's going to be a guy that moves relatively quickly through the Red system.
Yeah, and I think it will. I mean, he's got a plus arm. Obviously, the receiving and blocking matters more, and that's coming together with him. I think he'll be fine. Another errant pitch, and Farmelo's going to take a free base.
Oh, it popped in and out of Mitchell's glove, and so Farmelo goes to third. That should be a wild pitch again, even though it was in and out of the glove of Mitchell. And now man in scoring position with 1 out, and Peoria threatening again, leading 1-0 in the first. Nearly hit the bat.
Hey, I'm amazed he didn't hit the bat.
1-2 the count. The pitch. Oh, hammered deep and foul.
A little out in front of that one, but that's typical Duno distance. Hit that up on the concourse over the ultra terrace they have down the left field line. So.
The kids already roaming out there. Is Duno distance going to be something that you're able to trademark? We need to get
we got to make that
that
T-shirt right now.
Pickoff throw to second and ends up in center field, and Farmelo will head to third. Norrie's throw not in time. Peoria taking advantage of some defensive miscues. 3 wild pitches and an error. Now the man at third with 1 out already, up 1-0. Just an errant throw.
I almost feel like he's a little amped up. He was been thrown at the high end of his velocity, touching some 96s, but 3 wild pitches, sailed that pickoff throw.
Way outside, it's 2-2. His new manager for the Giants organization was here last night, Tony Vitello. Former Tennessee head coach who the Giants hired this offseason, but trying to make a good impression in his new organization being traded this week, and he blows Duno away with 95 for out number 2. Big second out.
I was going to say, it'll be interesting to see how long pitchers go today. It's the last day of the season, and you're obviously trying to win. We're in an era where everybody throws with max intent. You're not going to throw with much more max intent than in a championship game. And I'm sure these guys have been told just empty the tank, and if he goes 2 innings, he goes 2 innings.
Cam Collier bats as he fouls the first pitch back. First-round draft pick in 2022 out of Chipola Junior College. He is the son of former big league outfielder Lou Collier, serving as the DH.
And he did the Bryce Harper route where he went to junior college in what would have been the junior season of his high school. In his high school season, we wound up being the 18th overall pick. You look here, we got 3 top 100 prospects. I would love to see Rhett Lauder pitch today, Mike. I don't think that's on tap. But we'll settle for Duno and Collier.
Collier fouls it off to the left and out of play. It's 1-2.
Lauder's down here. He barely pitched this season. He had a couple different injuries, and he was actually excited to be here. I talked to him at the start of the season, and just to get any innings in that he could, and then you get ramped up for next season so he could contribute to big league level because he was so good down the stretch. He wound up pitching 9 innings over 4 starts down here. Typical Rhett Lauder. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk in the 9 innings, and looks like he'll be ready for next year. That almost got away. He's really having trouble finding feel for that curveball.
He's running at the pitch count up close to 30 pitches already in this first inning. Peoria trying to cash in another runner, leading 1-0 in the first.
They have guys. My eyes are not good, and I do not have binoculars, Mike, but there is a left-hander getting loose in the bullpen just in case it starts to get out of hand.
Inside, just off the plate, and the count goes full. I believe that is Jesus Broca of the Milwaukee Brewers who is getting loose in the pen. So you got to look at the scouting report on Cam Collier. Power is really supposed to be the calling card, and we did have a challenge there on that last play. And as the pitch confirmed inside, we should talk about that, Jim, as the automated ball strike zone is part of the Arizona Fall League and will be coming to Major League Baseball next season, this challenge system.
Yeah, definitely, and that's one of the things we do in the Fall League. Well, we'll come back to that after this half inning ended.
Sensodyne is our first line of defense against sensitivity. When people are experiencing sensitivity, they're experiencing an exposed layer of the tooth. Sensodyne helps by creating a protective barrier on those exposed areas. I love Sensodyne because it works.
Dad drills. Let's go. Have you officially named a guardian? My parents? Doesn't count. Guardianship must be legal before it's official. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it incredibly easy.
Visit trustandwill.com today and make it count.
Trust and Will. I've always found it strange. People really want to save money, but are so willing to toss their hard-earned coin into a 3-foot pool of disappointment.
I want to be rich.
But you don't need to throw your money away. All you need is your phone.
Huh.
No. Go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone.
Look at that, it's ringing.
What? What are you doing, mate?
I'm going in.
It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
I was involved in a very bad car accident and decided to call attorney Dan Newlin. Within minutes of my call, Dan and his team were already working on my case. They left no stone unturned, ensuring every detail was addressed. And at the end of my case, Dan got me $1.7 million. And that money is really gonna help.
Involved in a car accident? Call me Saturday or Sunday at 407-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan.
At Ameriprise Financial, we know our clients are so much more than clients. They're conquerors and champions. And what matters most to them matters most to us. It's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial.
Just back is sore. Let's go! Ice. Hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot, just so back.
The First inning, Surprise batting down 1-0 as Dante Nori swings and misses at the first pitch. From Miguel Boadas of the Minnesota Twins, you get a look at the Surprise lineup there. Pretty well balanced. A lot of good stories in this lineup for Surprise.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of easy outs in this league, and you got, we're going to get into it later, I think, but the Brewers have a couple later round picks. Luke Adams, Josh Adamczewski could do a lot of damage to a baseball. They're kind of sandwiched with Blake Mitchell, the top 100 prospect in the middle, and some nice speed at the top of the lineup in the first 3 slots.
Yeah, Dante Nori, a speedy center fielder. First round draft pick last year of the Phillies, takes outside 1 and 2. As Jim mentioned, might have a little bit more thump. He was one of the better pure hitters on the showcase circuit as an amateur.
Yeah, no, I thought he was really interesting. He got dinged a little bit because he was old. Teams will look at age on high school kids.
It's one of your favorite subjects.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. It's a factor, but talent's talent. Manny Ramirez was 19 years old. Bobby Witt Jr. was 19 years old. There's some pretty good 19-year-old players too. But anyway, he was not only a good pure hitter, but a pretty well-rounded player. And what I liked about him too is he's got unique bloodlines. We talk about baseball bloodlines almost to the point where it's a cliche, but we do because they matter. And, not only, growing up around the game, you get past skills on and all that from your father or whoever has the connection. You get more comfortable around the game because you're around athletes, you're in locker rooms. And his dad has been a longtime NBA assistant coach, Micah Nori. So he's not, cowed by anything, being in this kind of environment. And even his grandfather was a baseball coach. His grandfather, Fred, helped recruit Kyle Schwarber in Indiana. So he's met big-name athletes. He's been, in NBA arenas. And so I just think it makes it a lot easier for those guys to acclimate to pro ball.
His dad, Micah, also played baseball at Indiana. So you got to look at Miguel Boadas in there, the starter from the Twins. And Nori tries to hold up. He went around. Leadoff strikeout here to start the bottom of the first. Peoria leading 1-0. Here's Daniel Vasquez of the Kansas City Royals coming to the plate. Nori clearly went around there. There are check swing challenges here in the Fall League as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later on if we have one, but it's similar to the ABS challenge, only there's a 45-degree line that cuts home plate, and you can appeal if you're the hitter or the catcher or the pitcher as to whether or not someone went around.
Yeah, it's just like the ball strike thing. You have to do it immediately. You only get, I don't know how many check swing strikes, if that counts as a challenge.
It all counts. So each team gets three challenges, whether it's ABS or ACS.
I was going to say, I wasn't sure if they were combined or how that worked, but and Boadas is a guy who missed the entire regular season coming back from elbow surgery, but he's pitched very well here. 1.54 ERA, struck out 2, I believe, in a scoreless inning during the Fall Stars game, and he's been effective.
Daniel Vasquez in his second year in the Fall League, taking outside 2-2. I was talking to Mitch Meyer, the former big league outfielder and Royals farm director this spring, about Vasquez, the surprise shortstop, and he's said that the Fall League last year was a huge benefit for him because it was the first chance he got to be around older players. This guy that spent 3 years in full season A-ball made the jump to high A this year, and the offensive numbers started to tick up for him.
No, they did, and I think it's a really good point. There's a lot of different reasons to send guys to the Fall League. Second straight strikeout there on the slider by Boadas. And the first one to Nori was kind of a hanger that I think caught Nori off guard when it dropped into the strike zone. That was a much better slider there.
There's Jesus Suaje, his second go-around in the Fall League. First as a manager. He's been a coach here as well. The Kansas City Royals organization, coaching at third. And here's Joe Lampe, a local legend, former ASU Sun Devil. He was a third-round pick at Cleveland back in 2022.
Yeah, and he was actually a late addition to the roster. Chase DeLauder, another top 100 prospect, was ticketed for the Fall League, wound up making his big league debut in the ALDS, which doesn't happen too often. And so Joe Lampe came down here while Chase was in the playoffs, and he actually has had, really nice season. Hit 368, 529 base, 579 slugging in 15 games, and stole 10 bases during that time too. He's not quite the power hitter those numbers would indicate, but he can really run. And he made 2 nice defensive plays in yesterday's semifinal win.
Yeah, I know when he was at ASU, one of the reasons why he ended up being an early then day 2 pick in the third round was because The batted ball data on him was really good. He hit the ball harder than you would expect from a guy who had kind of a slap and dash center field reputation. As he swings through that one, it's 2-2. And he was an excellent defender in center field, and as you saw in that scouting report, can play all three outfield positions. Goes down on strikes, and Boadas a 1-2-3 first, striking out the sides.
Look, as history is being made, National Collectors Mint and the Cook Islands announced the limited public release of their exclusive 2025 Silver Double Eagle $2 coins. Angela Buchanan, the 37th Treasurer of the United States, was instrumental in supporting the creation of the United States Silver Eagle Bullion Program, coins beloved by investors and collectors alike. But Treasurer Buchanan dreamed of more. She envisioned a Silver Double Eagle $2 coin. Now, inspired and endorsed by Treasurer Buchanan, comes the release of the new .999 pure Silver $2 Double Eagle, meticulously struck with the highly prized frosted relief and the mirror-like backgrounds of brilliant silver proofs. Each of these Cook Islands non-circulating legal tender coins is purer than any U.S. silver dollar ever to circulate. It boasts 2 eagles in flight on the obverse with the words American Double Eagle. The reverse features the iconic Liberty Bell, the Cook Island imprimatur, and the important $2 denomination. Now you can reserve your own $2 Double Eagle. Each coin is struck in .25 troy ounces of .999 pure silver. The final issue price was to be set at $49 per coin. But during this limited release, the 2025 Silver Double Eagle $2 coin can be yours for only $29.95. Each coin comes with a certificate of authenticity verifying its precious metal content and legal tender status. There is a strict limit of 5 coins per caller. Earliest orders will receive priority status over later ones. All are covered by our 100% guarantee of satisfaction. So hurry. Avoid disappointment and future regret. Call now.
Call 1-800-921-1854. Strict limit of 5 coins per caller. Call 1-800-921-1854. That's 1-800-921-1854. Call or log on now.
Jesus Broca of the Milwaukee Brewers is on with Peoria leading 1-0. Broca only 5'9", but he has a massive fastball, Jim.
No, I mean, he's tough because it's, you know, a shorter guy. It's a low release height. It can be difficult to pick up the ball. You can see he's had a very nice Arizona fall. The league ERA in this league is 6.07. So if you have an ERA close to 2, you're really doing something down here.
Ethan Anderson, former second rounder out of the University of Virginia, takes a strike, the switch hitter with a resplendent mustache. Takes inside and the count 1-1 from Broca.
You going 60 on that mustache or 65?
You know, first of all, I don't like half grades. I'd say it's a 50.
Okay. Well, you said resplendent though. Like that's a 60 adjective.
Well, he crushes that one to deep right field, and one hop against the fence. A leadoff double for Ethan Anderson. And he's in scoring position with nobody out in the second. Anderson's power really hasn't shown up in pro ball yet, but he was a good power hitter at Virginia.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was an offensive-minded guy. You know, look at this pitch here. It's up, and he doesn't try to pull it. It's up and away, and he just crushes it the other way. Just missed a home run, lands at the bottom of the wall right in front of the wall of the warning track. You know, good to see him get going. He didn't have that great an offensive year this year in the Orioles organization.
Charlie Pagliarini hits. He had 21 home runs in high A this year. The Mariners outfielder rips one fair inside the bag at first and into the corner. Anderson will score easily. Pagliarini chugging around second. He's heading for third. He's there with a triple. 2-0 Peoria.
I was going to say, when you were done talking about him, that he's been hitting the ball as hard as almost any player in the fall league, and he didn't even give me a chance to say that because he just ripped that ball down the first base line, steams around the bases into third base with a triple, hit that ball 105 miles an hour.
Pagliarini, who set just about every single season offensive record for the Fairfield Stags in 2023. Continuing to rake here in the fall, and I'll bring up Brandon Winokur. Third baseman from the Twins pops it up towards the line and right. Lampe over. He will make the catch. Pagliarini did not tag. Yeah, that's out number one. Pagliarini about 10 steps down the line there, and probably a smart move, Jim. That was not a particularly deep fly ball.
No, and Lampe actually made a nice throw yesterday in the semifinals, too. I was in my head not saying out loud, like, I don't know if that's quite deep enough, and you know, that's only the first out of the inning. We'll see what happens here. Ryan Jackson's a good contact hitter who's coming up here. You could, the infield's in again like they did in the first inning. They're looking to prevent every run they can. I was going to say maybe you could put some kind of play on. I don't think they'll do that with the infield in, but the last time they did this, we saw Leo Balcazar chop a ball over Daniel Vesquez's head, and it was an RBI single.
Fouls away the first pitch. Jackson drafted as a 17th rounder out of USC. Started his collegiate career at Nevada Reno, and as Jim mentioned, good contact skills, very good idea of the strike zone. Well, he struggled in the late season promotion to Double-A this year. Takes upstairs. It's 1-1.
He's like an on-base guy. I think the best things about him, and that scouting report's dead on, high floor. It's the baseball IQ that stands out. He's a guy who gets on base. He can play different positions. It's not a lot of loud tools, but he can do a lot of little things.
He's ahead in the count, 2-1. I mean, he ran some really crazy walk totals, nearly 18% of the time in A ball. Takes high, it's 3-1. You can see he's pretty selective here. You would have to think he's probably going to get a heater. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Chased one above the zone, and the count is full.
Brooker's got a really good changeup. I think that's honestly his best pitch. I wonder if he'll get a 3-2 changeup here.
Challenged him instead, and Jackson down on strikes for out number 2. Well, we haven't seen 98 from Broca, but those were a couple of good fastballs to get a strikeout of a tough hitter.
Yeah, it looks like he's been working more two-seamers today, like around 92, 93 miles an hour.
Jackson to go above the zone. 2 outs for Enrique Bradfield Jr., who walked and scored in the first. 2-0 Peoria. Bradfield drag bunt up along first, gloved, and a backhanded flip by O'Ray to get him. Nice play from the Brewers' second baseman.
Trades, free agency, awards week. MLB Network has the offseason covered. Start the day with the leadoff spot.
Ken Griffey Jr., so good to see you.
Then take a spin on the rumor mill with Hot Stove.
And where you add is by making the pitching staff deeper.
And cap off the day with MLB Tonight for the latest from all 30 clubs.
The MVP has always been gone by the numbers.
The offseason coverage never stops on the home of baseball, MLB Network.
Today, business happens virtually everywhere. That's why you need Supermobile from T-Mobile. The best plan on the best network. A first-of-its-kind plan that lets you run your business from your phone like never before. In moments of high demand, T-Mobile's network adapts to put your business connection first with built-in security to keep your business your business.
Supermobile, the best business plan on the best network.
You won't believe where I am.
Back pain. When you've got it, you know it. Introducing the X-Back from CopperFit, our groundbreaking technology designed for compression support of your lower back and core like you've never experienced before. Engineered with our most innovative, patent-pending, Advanced X compression system. Evenly distributes the support across a broader surface area of your back for relief of lower back aches and pains. A super lightweight mesh fabric, ventilated to increase airflow and release excess heat. seat, an orthopedic-designed alloy support panel, and 4 built-in flexible stabilizers to help improve alignment and promote better posture. The all-new X-Back from Copperfit, the most customizable support for relief of lower back pain you will ever wear. Guaranteed or your money back. Get yours now at getxback.com or call 1-800-509-4919. Order right now and your shipping is free. Copperfit. Feel the difference.
Beautiful Salt River Fields at Talking Stick as we get ready for the bottom of the second inning. Peoria leading the number 2 seed Surprise 2-0. And the first pitch is a strike to Luke Adams of the Milwaukee Brewers. Slugging first baseman with real patience and power and a Craig Counsell-esque stance at the plate. Now, I get that he's a Brewer, but Adams is from Hinsdale, Illinois. Now, maybe he was a Cub fan, and so he decided to adopt the Counsell stance. As Jackson stays with it, and we'll throw him out for out number 1.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to Craig, who had a long big league career and is a successful manager and won 2 World Series, but like that doesn't seem like the type of guy, a big, strapping corner infielder, that's the swing you would emulate. We will have to figure that out at some point.
You get a look at the Peoria Javelinas defense. Enrique Brantfield Jr. was the defensive player of the year here in the Fall League. And the first pitch to Blake Mitchell is a strike. Mitchell, the top-rated prospect on the Surprise roster, the Kansas City Royals catcher, number 8 overall pick in that loaded 2023 draft. And he's behind 0-2. Walks are a big part of the story with Mitchell. He has about as good an idea of the strike zone as any player in professional baseball.
Yeah, and even though he struggled with a hamate injury this year, he only hit .230 down here in the Fall League. He still walked 20 times in 19 games.
The 0-2 in the dirt. Yesterday, 2 walks, a double, and a walk-off single that was off the fence in left field, and Surprises win to get them into the championship game. That one fouled away. The Royals pretty deep in catching.
Carter Jensen, and also top 100 prospect. I was going to say, not only did Mitchell, and that would have been, if the winning run hadn't been on second and raced around, if he'd been on first, it would have been a double because he smoked off the fence. Both the balls he hit hard were the other way, like he's hit them to left center. So he's got power that plays all parts of the ballpark. And I really do think, it's weird to say this about a guy who's on the top 100, but I think he's a little bit underrated just because he was hurt this year and he didn't put up big numbers. And you look at him next to Carter Jensen, who got to the big leagues and had a better year. But I think Blake Mitchell's really going to take a big step forward next season. And I like him defensively, too. He's not just this offensive guy, and you're hoping he can stay behind the plate. I think he can be a solid receiver when all is said and done, and it's a big-time arm.
That was his reputation as an amateur, as a great defender. And you mentioned the arm. I mean, he was up to 97 on the mound in high school. As he swings it, this is there, and it's down on strikes for out number 2. And Boadas has set down all 5 that he's faced, 4 of them on strikes. That's been a pretty good breaking ball that he's featured here today.
Yeah, all 4 of the strikeouts have come on that pitch.
2 outs for Dylan Campbell. Phillies third baseman outfielder DH behind in the count 0-1, DHing today. Acquired by the Phillies for international bonus pool money so that the Dodgers could sign Roki Sasaki. And he shoots it through the right side for the first hit of the game for Surprise.
I always liked Dylan Campbell going back to Texas. I mean, he's not, a bunch of plus tools across the board, but he has a good eye at the plate. He can hit the ball hard. Here you watch him, taking a pitch and smoking it the other direction for a base hit. He's not the speediest guy, but he has some aptitude on the bases. And I've always thought he was a pretty good defender with an accurate arm. He can play a bunch of different positions. I think he's a better outfielder than infielder, but you could play him at second and third base as well.
Josh Adams Chesky bats. The Lake Central, Indiana native. He checks it, fouls it away. It's 0-1. And Chesky, another Brewers power hitter with a good idea of the strike zone. He missed a bunch of time with a back injury last year, but with whatever the Brewers are doing in teaching hitting from the bottom up is certainly working. We're going to talk more about their draft strategy a little later, Jim, but both Adams and Adamczewski have been two of the more impressive players here in the fall. He smokes it through the middle for a base hit. Campbell will stop at second, and the tying runs are aboard with 2 out in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, he just went right back up the middle there. The Brewers do a very, very nice job of acquiring players and developing them. Look, fastball right on it, right back up the middle. We'll see another Brewer. We have another Brewer on deck, different style of hitter, in Dylan O'Ray, whose speed over power. But he can fly too. But like the Brewers kind of go off the beaten path, and we'll talk more about this later with their draft picks, but have a lot of success. They don't worry what the consensus is. They like who they like, and they go out and get them.
Juan Benjamin, switch hitting infielder from the Guardians bats. See his fall numbers. Good contact skills, a very good approach to the plate. Not much power getting the start at third base today. He's got the tying runs aboard.
Yeah, I think they put him in the lineup today, honestly, for the defense, just to try to shore up the defense a little bit more today.
Rolls that one to Anderson. He'll take it to the bag himself.
Stay tuned to get an instant $20 discount on Paisano. Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. Pepperoni, mushroom, Hawaiian, barbecue. All hot, fresh, and easy to do with Paisano. The secret is the dual-controlled heat zones that quickly heat the real ceramic stone up to 800 degrees while melting the cheese and crisping the crust so you can stone bake just like the pros in under 6 minutes. Look, take any pizza dough, sauce, add your favorite toppings, and you're making gourmet pizza with Paisano. Paisano lets you create large, specialty, family-sized pies, meat lovers, taco, breakfast, stuffed crust, even chocolate dessert pies. Plus, you can watch them rise right before your eyes. And unlike soggy oven pies, Paisano pizza comes out extra crispy. Even bake your favorite frozen pies in a fraction of the time. Plus, there's no gas, wood, or charcoal needed. Paisano is electric, plug-in, and portable. Look, you'd expect to pay over $500 for a professional pizza oven, but you can get the complete Paisano pizza oven system, plus professional peels, the Stone Safe cleaner, and the authentic recipe guide for the special TV discount price of just $119.99. But to really fire up this deal, we'll give you an instant $20 discount. You get it all, an incredible value for just $99.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. So call or go online now to get yours.
Call 1-800-469-3409. That's 1-800-469-3409, or go to buypaisano.com. So call 1-800-469-3409 or go online to buypaisano.com.
Perfect day to run around barefoot on the berm here on this Friday afternoon. A lot of youngsters enjoying the last game of the season here in the Arizona Fall League Championship game, with Peoria leading surprise 2-0. This game originally was scheduled to be played Saturday night, but believe it or not, despite the fact that the Phoenix City Council voted against it, there was weather scheduled for Saturday. We're not used to having weather in Arizona. That's why we live here, Jim.
I know. I think I've been coming. I've probably been to 15 or more Arizona Fall Leagues. I don't remember ever having weather really intervene, and I was here for the first week this year where we had tropical storms coming in, microbursts, 2 days canceled, 2 days rearranged, and then I come back the final week and same thing, not as bad. I don't know if Chuck Fox and the Arizona Fall League crew are going to invite me back to Arizona. I've had a bad year with the weather.
Well, as you can see, it is an absolutely perfect day there as Paul Kazar is going to challenge the strike 3 call. And you'll see, this is the same challenge system that we will see in the major leagues next year. And that call was right. Clipped the bottom of the strike zone, and Balcazar down on strikes to start. in the third inning for Peoria.
I like this rule, and one of the things besides sending more than 3,000 players to the big leagues, the fall league has always been kind of like a lab of sorts. You know, they've tested instant replay here, they tested the pitch clock, they've tested pre-tacked balls, so you wouldn't have to rub them up. They've tested the ABS down here for a couple of years. In fact, I think you and I think the first streaming AFL game with the Pixel technology, you and I did a game, and Jason Dominguez, it became almost viral because Jason Dominguez challenged, and it was Jason Dominguez, and people hadn't ever seen video of what it looks like. I like it because it's quick, it's unobtrusive. I like that you can't, you're not looking in the dugout. It's got to be batter, pitcher, catcher. Pretty much 2 seconds, you challenge or it's done, and it doesn't disrupt the flow of the game.
Johnny Farmello takes a strike. It's 2-1 to the slugging outfielder from the Seattle Mariners. It's been really exciting to get a chance to see him play. The Northern Virginia native from Chantilly, Virginia, went to Westfield High School. As he takes time out there, he has some of the best power potential in the minor leagues.
He's got some of the best speed in the league too. Like it's a very interesting package of power and speed, which is why he went where he did. It's good to see. You know, he had major knee surgery, but he's come back and he's regained that speed. He's a guy who really hasn't played a whole lot because of that surgery. I think if he gets a fully healthy season next year, you could really see him take off.
And the fact that he's come back as well as he has from the knee injury certainly has to be exciting both for him and the Mariners. As he works a walk with one out in the top of the third. We'll see Farmello use his speed as here comes Alfredo Duno.
Yeah, he's got 12 steals in 23 games, and you see a lot of steals in the fall league, Mike, because you got 25 pitchers on each staff. The catcher may have worked with the 5 guys in his organization, but doesn't know the other guys. And because guys are in and out, there's just not a lot of rapport. And I also think a lot of pitchers are so focused on, you know, delivering pitches as best they can. It doesn't seem like the concentration with holding the runners on is as strong. Like I noticed in yesterday's semifinal game, the opener, there were runners just running, like Luke Adams was running wild on the bases because they weren't paying attention to him.
Duno with massive power as well. It'll throw over to first. Farmello's back. Duno just 19. He doesn't turn 20 until January.
Yeah, and he looks older than 19. I mean, just physically, like he was crushing balls last night.
3-homer game, and they got the man picked off. Adams will throw out Farmello for out number 2. Perfect throw from Luke Adams. He's made 2 nice throws. And there just looked like Farmello was going on first move, as you normally do against a lefty, and gunned down easy. So now the count of 0-1 with nobody on to Duno. Boy, he takes a healthy rip, doesn't he?
He's looking to do some more damage to the berm.
There's not a whole lot of fillet it the other way from him.
He's got a crowd now. You got about maybe 10, 12 kids out in the berm waiting for a home run.
He takes strike 3 here, would like to challenge. Let's see whether or not Duno is right. Duno maybe not convinced that he's right as he started kind of walking to the dugout. Let's find out. It was strike 3. So Peoria loses 2 of their 3 challenges.
People, they're good for squad goals and squad. People are good for these kinds of cheers and these kinds of cheers. Jim Beam, best enjoyed together. Official spirit of U.S. soccer.
Should I convert my IRA to a Roth?
You're asking the wrong guy.
You know, financial advice should come from a vetted fiduciary financial advisor who understands your personal financial needs.
That's one intelligent donkey.
You mean a smart ass?
Find an advisor at smartasset.com.
Dad drills. Let's go. Your kid falls asleep 1 minute, 32 seconds from home. What's the play?
Park and wait.
Quick glance. What's missing?
Emergency fruit snacks? Binky. Easy.
In-game challenge. Have you officially named a guardian?
My parents?
Doesn't count. This play needs a plan. Guardianship must be legal before it's official. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it incredibly easy.
It's secure, affordable, and actually counts.
Next topic. I am wide open. What do you do?
Run it.
Visit trustandwill.com today and make it count.
Trust and Will.
Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No way. Yeah.
And when you get iPhone 17 Pro on Spectrum, you get the same seamless connection you love at home. On the go, with the fastest wireless speeds. Catch you later.
That was impressive.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro, now available on Spectrum.
I was out for a motorcycle ride in Daytona Beach when a reckless driver slammed right into me. In an instant, my whole world was turned upside down. In my darkest hour, I called attorney Dan Newland. From the moment I called, I knew I was in good hands. Dan and his team work like legal warriors, and when the dust settled, Dan got me $650,000.
Involved in a car accident? Call me at 407-888-8000.
Dan, you're my legal champion. Thank you.
2-0 Peoria. Surprise bats at the bottom of the third, and Dylan O'Reilly of the Milwaukee Brewers takes a strike. He was a surprise third-round pick back in 2023. Missed all of this regular season because of a wrist injury, but it is speed and contact. That's his game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty extreme profile. It's near top of the scale speed and near bottom of the scale power.
He rolls over to second, for the first out of the third.
And I was going to say, he's had kind of a, up and down pro career. Hits 349 in his first full year in pro ball. Steals 62 bases, but bats 217 in 2024. Then misses all of this year with a wrist injury.
We'll look at Miguel Boadas, who's done a very nice job as he faces Dante Nori. He struck him out to start the bottom of the first, and Nori chops it foul. I was texting around with some Twins personnel on Boadas, the starting pitcher today for Peoria, and one of the things that they said is that he is a really big, fun personality, really outgoing. Teammates love him, and he's throwing harder than he ever has before. Here's the 1-1. 1-2.
Yeah, I think that was almost the cutter right there. But he's, first inning struck out the side on sliders, came back and struck out Blake Mitchell with a cutter in the second inning, and he's been very effective. Be curious to see again. This isn't like a World Series game where they're going to let Boadas go 6-7 innings. But if he can give him 3 or 4 innings, that's an awful nice start towards the championship. He's got a 2-run lead.
That's his first start of the foul. As you get a look at the numbers on him, and you see through a career high back in 2023 of just 36 innings. But as you mentioned, two-seamer cutter. That's been the story today. Jackson with a off-balance throw just in time to get the speedy Nori. Nice play by Ryan Jackson, 2 outs.
And we were talking about that with Ryan Jackson earlier. It's not loud physical tools, but at the plate, he gets on base. In the field, it's that versatility, and he finds a way to make plays. And he made a play on the speedy Nori right there.
3 nice plays, including staying with a bobble earlier as Daniel Vasquez hits. First pitch inside, 1-0. Boy, does Vasquez look the part. I mean, I don't know that he's 150 anymore, but just physically, he looks like a good ball player. Ryan Jackson certainly is.
Cooking in a regular closed air fryer is like cooking with a blindfold on. Forget that. Now you can see your food, make entire family meals, and master the art of healthy cooking with the oilless glass air fryer by Granite Stone. See your steaks sear fast through crystal clear glass. Watch chicken strips turn golden brown with no slowing down. See fish and chips turn nice and crisp with no oil needed. Plus, you never need to preheat, saving you even more time.
It's equipped with 1,300 watts of convection and infrared cooking power to circulate the heat and cook super fast. It's so easy. Just set the temp and time to air fry, bake, roast, reheat, and more. Then it auto stops when your food's done. Cook an entire family meal. And this Thanksgiving turkey with all the fixins. Forget the microwave. Quickly reheat and eat leftovers. There are 0 microplastics, no PFAS, and no PFOA. It's all glass construction means 100% pure healthy cooking. Crisp bacon and watch the fat just pour out of your diet. It's the best way to go from frozen to fantastic. Fries from frozen to crispy golden with no oil needed. Bake an entire frozen pizza in minutes. And when you're done, the glass bowl is dishwasher safe. Or just add soap and water and it self-cleans. You would expect to pay over $200 for this advanced cooking tech, but you won't pay $200 or even $150. Call or go online now to get your 16-quart glass air fryer by Granite Stone for just $129.99. It's protected by a 5-year warranty. As a bonus, we'll include our 5-piece stainless steel accessory kit with recipe guide free. But wait, order right now and we'll include the extender ring for big family meals. Together, that's a $40 value. Yours absolutely free. And we'll even ship your entire order free. You get it all ordered now.
Call 1-800-805-3194 or go to buyairfryer.com. So call 1-800-805-3194 or go online to buyairfryer.com. Call now.
Daniel Harper is the new pitcher for the surprise Saguaros, with Peoria leading 2-0 as we start the 4th out of the University of Kentucky. He is one of the older players in the Fall League. He was born all the way back in 1999, Jim.
Well, we won't talk about when you and I were born. That'll make him seem really young. But yeah, 17th round pick. He's got a fastball that it can get up to the mid-90s with some life on it. Has a cutter slider as well, kind of a 2-pitch guy that he'll mainly work with.
Count evens at 1-1 to Cam Collier of the Reds. Harper was a starter at Kentucky. And it's been a long time since he was there now. He signed for $20,000 in the 2022 draft.
Yeah, I mean, when you're an older player, you don't have a lot of leverage. That's a typical bonus for a guy in that situation.
The 2-0 on its way. And the count, the 1-2, it's now 2-2. Look at the scouting report on Harper.
And we've seen that, I think we've seen him already touch 96 with that fastball, and the cutters touch 90 today.
It's Collier to pop it up behind the plate. And Mitchell makes the catch for out number 1.
Whoever wins the championship today, Mike, is going to probably use 5 or 6 pitchers. You got to string some zeros together. We're already on the 3rd pitcher of the day for surprisers, trying to keep this game close. Maybe there's another inning on a Boadas, maybe not. He's pitched mainly relief, so he might threes a lot and 3 shutout. But you're just trying to run through that pitching staff and send a guy out there who can put up a 0 and then on to the next guy at this point.
Ethan Anderson doubled and scored in the 2nd. Peoria with a 2-0 lead. Surprise doesn't have any, Peoria doesn't have any action of the bullpen right now, so maybe Boadas does get another inning. Anderson takes outside, 1-1.
He's thrown 45 pitches, so we'll see.
Look at Ethan Anderson, who was a catcher at Virginia. He's caught some in pro ball, but playing first base here the last couple of days. He's played some outfield as well. He mostly DH'd in his college career at Virginia, in part because for a good chunk of that they had Kyle Teal, who's now the primary catcher for the White Sox.
No, exactly. I always felt like all along he'd be more of that first baseman, maybe corner outfielder. Hit 248 with only 4 homers this year. Saw, time between high A and double A. He's been better here in the fall, like 300. The key to his profile is going to be finding more power. You've got some hitting ability there, but the positions he plays, especially now that he's not really a catcher, it's going to have to be 20 home run power to be a regular.
He finished the season in double A at the Chesapeake Bay Sox. And he takes there. The count is full. But he's always had a really good idea of the strike zone. And really does not strike out very much. So he has a lot of the elements that you would want if he can tap into the power. And he draws a walk here with one out in the fourth, and his team already up 2-0.
He has caught some. I mean, Duno's been the primary catcher. You have guys playing different positions. So it'll be interesting to see, but
he's got a couple of catchers ahead of him in that organization, though, between Adley Rutschman and Samuel Basayo and
they just
Drillums,
Ike Irish and Caden Bodine too. So
Bodine had an exceptional reputation as a defender at Coastal Carolina,
especially as a framer.
Yeah, he was one of the best in the country. Was the best in the country collegiately,
which was a big reason why they went all the way to the College World Series Finals. A guy like that makes your team better, and framing's still going to matter with ABS. Like I don't know where you sit on the human element of umpiring. I want balls to be called balls and strikes to be called strikes. But the notion that, oh, framing's not going to matter, you can't challenge every pitch. So you have that sly framer who can steal strikes without being obvious about it. Those guys are still going to be valuable. There's still going to be a spectrum of guys who can steal strikes and guys who can't, and it's still going to matter. So I don't think we're putting those guys out of business by going to an ABS system.
I agree, and I'm with you. That I think the human element to me is the players, right? Like that's who I want to see. I want to try and create as good an environment for them to be able to show off their talents, right? And so that's where I'm in favor of that challenge system. I really like the challenge system better than pure ABS, personally.
No, I do too. I do too, because like pure ABS, you also run some problems with like how exactly you're defining the strike zone. Sometimes you get a pitch that doesn't look anything like a strike, but it kind of clips barely the strike zone, the strike zone is passing by. But we know like there's such a huge difference. Like first pitch of the count, whether you go 0-1 or 1-0, or later in the count, or you get guys rung up. Yeah, in yesterday's game, we had Malcolm Moore of the Rangers, 1-2, ring him up, strike 3. He challenges, winds up drawing a walk. Next guy walks to score a run, and what wound up being a one-run game. And like, it just changes the game too much in crucial situations if the pitches aren't called correctly.
Pagliarini down on strikes for out number 2. Coming back to get him on that pitch just on the edge of the zone.
Just a cutter. He's got kind of an upright delivery too. It's on the. He's got a very low end extension for a guy his size.
Winokur.
So I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just saying Winokur takes a strike. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, in an ideal world, you'd rather have a guy with extreme extension on the high end. The pitch is released closer to the plate and appear quicker than they are. But I think the guys who have low end extension, sometimes it creates deception in the other area.
Winokur behind 0-2. Winokur, you could see there listed. He is every bit of 6'6", and he is an infielder without a doubt. And he was a shortstop in high school in Huntington Beach. He was part of that 2023 draft class that was loaded with about 3 bazillion. I think that's the accurate number, right? Shortstops that were 6'4" or taller in the prep class alone, but really is an exceptional athlete.
Yeah, you don't see too many 6'6" infielders who are plus power, plus run, plus arm. I think he profiles best at third base. You can see there's still room to add a lot of strength to that frame. When you're 6'6", the downside is you have a naturally long swing, and that's something he's probably going to have to tighten up as he continues to climb the minor league ladder.
He chases that cutter up above the zone.
Hey, should I convert my IRA to a Roth?
You're asking the wrong guy.
You should ask around online. That's what I do.
You know, financial advice should come from a vetted fiduciary financial advisor who understands your personal financial needs.
Makes sense.
Take the free advisor match quiz on smartasset.com to find one who can answer your questions and help you achieve your retirement goals.
No, push it. That's one intelligent donkey.
You mean a smart ass?
Get started now at smartasset.com.
And Doug.
Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds.
Leave him! It's a mascot! Oh, what's this? A fan has run out onto the field and he's not wearing pants.
Do birds need pants?
Leave him! And the control room censored it. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
The business of baseball is about to heat up. At the winter meetings on MLB Network, get the insider's take on all the rumors, breaking news on free agent signings, with an in-depth look at the moves that'll reshape next season. The 2025 winter meetings begins December 7th.
The Dodgers are World Series champions. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, t-shirts, and more from the dugout to your doorstep. Grab official World Series gear just like the players wear at MLBshop.com. Yohan Moreno of the Padres is on. New pitcher for Peoria with them leading 2-0 in the fourth. As Joe Lampe takes a ball outside. Yeah, the first time into the bullpen for Peoria today. Moreno gets a swing and miss. Man, that was a really good breaking ball in the mid-80s.
It just fell right off the table there. If you're surprised, if you're Peoria, you have to be happy getting 3 innings out of Boadas like they got. Wasn't really in much trouble at all. Give a couple hits in the second inning, but 1-2-3 first and a perfect third. That's everything they could ask for a guy who really has never started before.
And we have a challenge here by Joe Lampe as he challenged that fastball in the outside corner. You'll be shocked to know that the Padres, and he is correct. So that'll be overturned and it'll flip the count from 1-2 to 2-1. You'll be stunned to know that the Padres have another guy that throws 96 in their organization.
And a hard slider too. What? Are you saying that A.J. Preller doesn't like soft tossers? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that I was talking to somebody, well, we were having a conversation with a scout who was like, I wasn't sure that they were going to have anybody left after all the trades that they made, and now they've got a bunch of arms here that are in the mid-90s with their stuff, and where they do a really good job scouting and internationally and drafting. 3-2 the count. You know, it's kind of set up unusually. Boy, nasty cutter slider for out number 1. Lampe had no chance at that pitch.
No, it's really, it almost breaks straight down like a curveball, but it comes in at 87 miles an hour.
One out for Luke Adams. Let's see. Moreno's set up and then rears back, and it's a front door breaking ball there. It's 0-1. And Adams wants to challenge this. I get to see in real time as we do whether or not this hit the zone, and it did.
It's amazing how many of these are so close, like the strike that just clips the zone, or sometimes when it's a ball, and they'll show how far it is off the plate, and a lot of times it's like 0.4 inches. Although I do feel like they should have a rule that if you badly miss a challenge, like the entire, let's say you're the hitter, and the entire ball is in the strike zone, it should be like an extra strike. And if they call it a strike and it's more than an inch off the plate, then you get 2 balls instead of 1. Like bonus or an extra demerit if it's a really bad challenge.
I'm sure there are a lot of pitchers that would be rooting for the bonus strike there. One of the nice elements of that has been the when an umpire is on a roll and the challenges are incorrect, they get a nice hand from fans. Fans have really been into it.
In the Fall Stars game, Felix Noel went 6 for 7 behind the plate. He, like first 5, and like you said, fans were getting into it. And then when the 6th one, he was off. I think it was 7/10 of an inch. He missed a pitch by 7/10 of an inch. Everybody's kind of like, oh. But then there was one more challenge, and he got that right too. And then, so because he went 6-1, that's almost a perfect day for an umpire. The teams were out of challenges.
Oh, and yeah, took a bite out of Duno, who will take a little extra time there. The count goes full to Luke Adams. Can't tell if they got him on the hand or in a sensitive spot, but as it is, Duno needs an extra moment. And you see Luke Adams, a slugging first baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers, and boy, some big power numbers. But Adams really interesting, Jim, in that the Brewers, unlike other teams, have spent a lot of late round picks on high school players, and have, because baseball's draft system is complicated, they've been able to take savings from earlier round and add some real talent that other people may not be looking at. Ben Badler had a terrific piece on this week at Baseball America, but I know this is something you've talked a lot about on the Pipeline podcast over the years, and how the Brewers have this unique philosophy that also has paid off with a really strong farm system.
Yeah, I think they always say they have the most interesting drafts of anybody. You know, in the baseball draft system, you have a bonus pool that limits what you could spend on the first 10 rounds. Rounds 11 through 20, you could sign guys for $150,000. That doesn't count anything against your pool, but if you go over 150, then that comes out of your pool as well. And what the Brewers do that's interesting is I feels like every year, rounds 11 through 20, a lot of teams, oops.
Rudder goes, and that one pops in and out of the glove of Duno. He's in scoring position now as Adams with one out.
I told you yesterday, same thing. He's not a big runner, but he looks to steal if they aren't paying attention. Anyway, what the Brewers do is a lot of teams 11 through 20, you're taking guys for $150,000, you're filling out positions you need, whatever. The Brewers usually, most years, will sign 3 or 4 high school players in rounds 11 through 20, you know, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, sometimes a little bit more. And it's not even just targeting, let's say, 3 guys. They might draft 7 high school players, and they're going to sign 3 or 4 of them, but they don't know who until it goes down to the wire and they mix and match. And you just look at our top 30 prospects list at MLB Pipeline. You mentioned Luke Adams was a 12th rounder in 2022. Josh Adamczewski was a 15th rounder in 2023. They also have Bishop Letson was an 11th rounder in 2023. Tyler Hardin was a 12th rounder in 2024. And it's just such a unique philosophy. Nobody does it like that. And I always feel like texting Todd Johnson, their scouting director, on deadline day, because now with the pool system, there's no drama. Nobody's really going down to the wire. But the drama on the final day of the sign deadline is usually, okay, which guys are the Brewers signing of them? And they hit on guys here and there. It's really, really interesting.
They've also done a really good job of finding signability in some of those prep bats before the 10th round, as Mitchell's going to challenge that 2-2. A lot of challenge in this inning, but I think that speaks to maybe the shadows and both Moreno's stuff. Had one go each way, and that did have the top of the zone, and Mitchell down on strikes, and so Surprise has lost a pair of challenges in the inning, and we'll bring up Dylan Campbell.
So I think what was Tom Fornarola is 4 for 5 today, right?
Yeah, he is. He's missed just one. 4 of 6 maybe. I think there was one earlier in the game that he missed too, but he's done a nice job.
Today, business happens virtually everywhere. That's why you need Supermobile from T-Mobile. The best plan on the best network. A first-of-its-kind plan that lets you run your business from your phone like never before. In moments of high demand, T-Mobile's network adapts to put your business connection first. All backed by America's largest satellite network.
Supermobile, the best business plan on the best network.
You won't believe where I am.
Real strength isn't pushing through pain, it's treating it. When there's no pain, there's more gain. Advil targets pain caused by inflammation for fast, strong relief. Advil, that's real strength.
Where's your pain?
right here.
Both knees.
Take on the pain with CopperFit Mobilizer. Hyper-advanced compression sleeves with built-in blue infrared fibers for even faster recovery and pain relief.
I'm pain-free. The swelling isn't there.
It really did work.
Powered by LumaCore. Blue infrared fibers woven into compression fabric. Increase circulation to reduce inflammation. 2 powerful technologies combined to create the next generation in compression technology.
Now I'm able to do more without pain. It's life-changing to me.
Get your CopperFit Mobilizer now at Mobilizer.com for only $39.99. Order now and save 25% when you buy 2. Plus, your shipping is free.
Money doesn't sleep, bills don't sleep. You got to get up and go to work. The CopperFit Mobilizer was support without feeling like it was tight. It's working for me, it's going to work for you.
Get yours now at Mobilizer.com.
Baseball and community go hand in hand. And with Pitch, Hit, and Run, register to showcase the foundational skills of young athletes from your local community in the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Scan the QR code to sign up and host an event.
Just to finish that thought on the Brewers, they have had success with guys like Cooper Pratt, who they paid over slot for in, the 6th round in 2023.
Yep.
When nobody else thought that he was going to be available at that point. They thought he was on his way to Ole Miss. Eric Batanti, another name that they had. So they have done a really good job in the prep ranks when so much of the focus has been on college. And they have 3 prep players that are in this game. Dylan O'Ray was a 3rd rounder, but he was a surprise and I believe signed for a little under slot, right, that allowed them to maybe sign Cooper Pratt in the 6th.
I wonder if the Brewers have a fewer percentage of players who sign right at slot. Like it feels like most of their guys are over slot or under slot, and they fit it together. It's a really creative way to draft. And look, I mean, they aren't the Dodgers. They aren't the Mets. They aren't the Yankees. They have to do things differently. And there's I mean, they've been to playoffs 7 of the last 8 years. I think they're the National League version of the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't think they get quite as much credit.
Wait a second. I would say that the Rays are the American League version of the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't think the Brewers get enough credit to your point.
And that was my point. The Rays are more, the Rays are more fan. And the Brewers do spend maybe a little bit more money than the Rays do. They, and we'll see with new ownership what happens to Tampa Bay. But I think it's because the Brewers haven't quite broken through to the World Series that they don't get that credit. But, I mean, like I said, 7 of the last 8 years they've made the playoffs. And, mid-market franchise. It's not like they spend excessively. They have to turn over their roster constantly when guys get more expensive. And being so successful at drafting and player development is a big reason why.
I mean, Cleary from the Mariners out to visit here with Moreno has put a couple of men on.
We're just really setting the table for Josh Adamczewski.
Yeah,
what we're doing. Now he's got 2 men on.
And here's the other thing is that it is very difficult to build a portfolio like they do in the NFL, right? In the NFL, this has been pretty famous, and I think the Ravens GM was talking about this, that there was a study done at Penn about 15 years ago that the best way to draft in the NFL is to acquire as many draft picks as you possibly can, because the miss rate is pretty high, right? I mean, the miss rate is, there's only about a 25% chance that you're going to end up with an average regular out of the first round in baseball. So how do you make your money go the furthest when you can't really trade picks? There are only a handful of picks that are tradable, and I think Milwaukee deserves a ton of credit for what they've done. It's an exceptionally well-run organization, and to your point, Jim, they have ownership that has been willing to commit above their station, right? They are the smallest market in Major League Baseball, and yet when you look, they're much closer to the middle of the pack in spending, and they do just such a great job investing both domestically and internationally, acquiring talent.
No, they just do a fabulous job. And you're talking about the portfolio approach. That's essentially what you're doing when you're going under slot on your picks early, is you're trading down for more spending power later.
Juno goes to second and guns down Campbell to end the inning.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Time is running out on Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl. So first round, get your go-to. Second, have what she's having, what he's having. Go on, try it all while you still can, starting at $13.99.
What if I told you that one of the best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 and in less than 30 minutes?
Fix your cloudy and weathered headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects, and for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
The year-end sales event is here, and your local Ford dealer is celebrating with great holiday deals on select Ford vehicles. Lease the Ford Bronco for $498 a month, or Bronco Sport for $358, both with zero due-it signing. Celebrate the holidays in a new Ford. The year-end sales event ends soon. Don't miss 0% financing for 60 months, plus over $7,300 in total savings on F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Go right now to the Rooms to Go Holiday Mattress Sale. Do not miss this very special offer. Buy this therapeutic, Sealy Correct Comfort, or Beauty Rest Select mattress in your choice of sizes for just $595. That's 3 great brands, any size, one low price. Twin, full, queen, even a king-size mattress, only $595. Plus, check out all our other great mattress buys at the Rooms to Go Holiday Mattress Sale, going on now.
The Arizona Fall League Championship for 2025 has reached the 5th inning here at beautiful Salt River Fields at Talking Stick in Scottsdale, Arizona. Anthony Flores of the Brewers is the new pitcher. The Venezuelan-born left-hander faced 9-1-2 in the Peoria order. Ryan Jackson takes a ball. It's 1-0. The Arizona Fall League finishing school in a lot of respects for some of the top prospects in baseball.
He's got kind of that flat arm angle, and he'll likes to spin both a slider and a curveball, high spin breaking pitches. Not a lot of velocity. He's trying to get you looking at the fastball to set you up for the breaking pitches like that one right there.
2-1 to Jackson. 10 organizations represented today. You see Flores from the Brewers facing Jackson from the Padres. Surprise, the team in the field right now is members of the Royals, the Rangers, the Guardians, the Brewers, and the Phillies in Peoria, with Padres, Mariners, Orioles, Reds, and Twins. And those organizations tend to bounce around a little bit. 6 teams in this league. Everybody made the playoffs this year. 3 in the East Valley, because, you know, we have to discuss geography in the Phoenix area, right? It's on a grid, so it's easy to get around. But 3 teams on the east side, you know, to the east of Phoenix, and 3 on the west side. Both of these are west side teams. It really is the hidden gem of baseball. It has, I think because of the time of the year, it's tough to get the kids out of school to come down here like it is in spring training, but man, is this a great league, and it has been so much fun to be a part of it. For me, it's been nearly 15 years now as Jackson's out on stripes.
Yeah, I used to come down here some when I was with Baseball America, but I come down here regularly now that I'm at MLB.com. And I'm with you, Mike. I tell people I use that exact same terminology. It's the hidden gem. My 2 favorite baseball events every year are the College World Series and the Arizona Fall League. And it's all the best parts of spring training, but it's not as expensive. It's not as crowded. You can park a lot easier. If you're staying in a hotel, the hotel's probably half what they run you in March. And there aren't quite, you know, it's not packed like we would be for a spring training game. You can interact with the players a lot more easily. And you just see so much talent down here. You know, roughly 2/3 of the players in the Fall League since it started in 1992 have gotten to the big leagues. You got Hall of Famers, Roy Halladay, Todd Helton, Derek Jeter, Mike Piazza. If you want the oddball stories, you got Michael Jordan and Tim Tebow were down here as well. And you're looking at today's game, you got Ronald Acuna, Mookie Betts, Aaron Judge, Francisco Lindor, Julio Rodriguez, Corey Seager. Both of the rookies of the year this year, Nick Kurtz and Drake Baldwin, aren't just alums. They were in the league last year.
Bradfield hit by a pitch. And he's aboard with 1 out. But, and I think, to your point, as a breaking ball that just didn't get finished. And so the speedy Bradfield will be aboard. But I think your point on that, with both rookies of the year having been here last year, like we've spent a lot of time talking, especially in the postseason, about how quickly players move through the minor leagues now, right? The reduction of the minor leagues, part of that. That one get away, and Bradfield will race to second in a huge turn there where he holds on. So he's in scoring position with one out. But players move through the minor leagues faster, and this becomes a more important league. As Balcazar able to just get out of the way of that.
Yeah, I thought it hit him for a second, and it did not. But no, you're right. It moves really quickly, and you refer to it. I mean, as people often do, it's baseball's finishing school. You get a lot of guys here who miss time because of injury. You get a lot of guys here who are maybe working on a different position or a new pitch. A little less, pressured environment down here, and so many guys who get to the big leagues, and it's so quickly. The last time before Baldwin and Kurtz that you had 2 rookies of the year in the same year coming fresh out fall league, you got a base hit there for Balcazar. That's what he did the first time up. He's not going to get the RBI though.
Boy, a great throw by Joe Lampe as Bradfield was being waved around third and had to slam on the brakes.
And Bradfield could fly, but that was a good decision because Lampe made a nice throw yesterday in the semifinals, but break a ball in the outside corner and he just laces it the other way for a base hit. And that's what Balcazar does. He's a bat to ball guy, kind of uses the whole field. Goes where the ball's pitched. But what I was starting to say before we put that ball in play. So the last time we had 2 rookies a year in the same year who had played in the fall league the previous fall was Bryce Harper and Mike Trout.
Wow.
And I remember Cody Bellinger before he set the National League rookie record for home runs, and Pete Alonso before he broke it. Both were in the fall league.
To first, Adams to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. Farmelo beats it out. Scoring is Bradfield. It's 3-0 Peoria. Boy, Adams may, if he had to do that one again, may take the out at home, Jim, because Farmelo runs really well.
Yeah, and I just didn't think that ball was hit hard enough. He may not have thought that the ball was hit quite hard enough to get the, Bradfield can fly too. See here on the replay.
I think he clearly had a play at home just from the jump that Bradfield got. You're right, he can fly, but Adams has shown that he's got an accurate throwing arm so far. He's made 3 good throws to second. 3-0 Peoria, and Duno, who homered 3 times yesterday, takes a strike.
He's actually struck out twice today, 96 and 93 mile-an-hour fastballs.
Tried to check, and he held up. The count 1-1 to Duno.
Don't feel like Flores is going to challenge him with a fastball. I think he's going to get some breaking balls, and if he misses, he misses.
He may not want to miss in the middle of the plate with one. Chop foul. Maria unable to make the play at third. You can see the scouting grades there. The power grade might need to go up a little bit on this one, huh?
I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but the Reds are not my team. So I did not go 50. I did not go 50 on Alfredo Duno's power. But yeah, I think we could maybe go 60 on the power. My guess is, and to be fair, those lists are predominantly done in the preseason and tweaked a little bit during the season. I predict that when we have the list in 2026, you will see 60 power on Mr. Duno.
Blink once if it's Sam Dykstra or twice if it's Jonathan Mayo's fault. Outside, it'll count 2 and 2.
And to be fair,
if he had been so what you're saying from what you said to me is that if it had been a Pirates player, he would have gotten the grade.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Mike. And I will just go on record saying my grades are not perfect either. Like we all have 10 organizations we oversee, so that's 300 players, and we guys come and go, and each guy has 5 grades. That's 1,500 grades.
Where's your pain?
Right here.
Right here.
Both knees.
Take on the pain with CopperFit Mobilizer, the next generation in compression technology. Hyper-advanced compression sleeves with built-in blue infrared fibers for even faster recovery and pain relief.
You feel good, you play good. And this CopperFit Mobilizer, I guarantee you is going to be the reason why you see me on that field. You can book it, you can write the check, you can take it to the bank, and I guarantee you it'll cash.
Powered by LumaCore, blue infrared fibers woven into compression fabric in increase circulation to reduce inflammation for faster recovery and pain relief. 2 powerful technologies combined to create the next generation in compression technology.
The CopperFit Mobilizer works. It's perfect. It's giving you mobility. Literally, mobility is in the name.
Breathable comfort compression, available with HyperFlex side stabilizers for more power and control.
It's more than just a compression sleeve. Having the compression and the LumaCore technology, which sounds so futuristic, but yet it's here, and it's really cool that CopperFit was the one to create it. I would definitely recommend it to anybody to give it a try who has pain.
Unleash your inner power to do more, play more, live more, and feel the energy with CopperFit Mobilizer.
Money doesn't sleep, bills don't sleep. So you got to get up and go to work. The CopperFit Mobilizer was support without feeling like it was tight. I can't explain the technology behind it. All I know is that it's working.
Get your CopperFit Mobilizer now at mobilizer.com for only $39.99. Order now and save 25% when you buy 2. Plus, your shipping is free.
It's working for me, it's going to work for you.
It helps 100%.
I wouldn't be standing here if this didn't actually change my life.
Get on this right now. With this LumaCore technology, it's brought it to the next level. It's absolutely amazing. This really works.
Get yours now at mobilizer.com. That's mobilizer.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-0. Peoria leading Surprise, trying to pull the upset in the championship game. Johan Moreno of the Padres gets a swing and a miss. Josh Adamczewski, the Brewers outfield prospect, takes high 1-1 out of Lake Central High School in Northwest Indiana. He's a native of St. John's, Indiana. I can't remember which conference Lake Central is in there. They're not in the Duneland. I remember that.
Okay. now we're really digging deep. I was going to say real quick when they were showing the graphics of former AFL guys coming in, they showed Pete Alonso. I think my single most memorable moment all years in the AFL.
Oh, I know this one.
Was Fall Stars game. I'm not going to try to guess the year. 103-mile-an-hour fastball from Nate Pearson, and Pete Alonso hit a home run.
He didn't just hit a home run. Didn't he just basically hit it off the scoreboard? I think. Field, remember right? I could be wrong.
I wanted to say I felt almost like it went to like a little bit right of center field, but it was just crushed. Like it was unbelievable. And Pearson hit 104 later in the inning. It's a shame because we didn't have StatCast at all the ballparks. I would have loved to see the exit velocity and distance because when it comes in 103, and he turned it around considerably harder. But that's the one moment that sticks out the most of all of them.
The 3-2. Chesky takes the ball outside, and the leadoff man aboard for Surprise, down 3-0 in the 5th. There have been some memorable ones. I remember Greg Bird of the Yankees hitting a ball into the 3rd level.
Yep.
Up into the 3rd level of the batter's eye here at Salt River Fields. That was in a Fall Stars game as well. He absolutely destroyed that ball. That's one that's memorable for me.
How about Braxton Davidson walk-off homer in the AFL Championship and breaking his leg as he rounded the bases? He just went down, and we're calling the game wondering what was going on.
Yeah, that was. I remember that was. Nobody was quite sure what had happened, but he broke his leg rounding the bases after hitting the walk-off homer to win it. You saw that highlight of the home run in our open.
Yep.
And you know what's interesting to me is, as much as this is, you're not with your regular organization, you're not with players you've been with. Most guys who are participating in this, when it comes time to compete, they want to win. It was watching last night in the semifinals with Scottsdale, who was the #1 seed. Seaver King, the Washington Nationals first rounder from a year ago, was playing the game like it was the finals of the College World Series or the finals. It was a playoff game in MLB. The intensity that he brought, it matters, guys. I think 999 out of 1,000 players want to win every time they're on the field. Anderson to second and gets the lead man for out #1.
No, I agree. I mean, that's one of the cool things, too. You talk to the players, and the vast majority of them really enjoy their experience here. At the beginning of the season, he's not here now. Max Muncy, not Dodgers Max Muncy, Ace Max Muncy was here at the beginning of the league, and he'd been in the league a couple of years ago. And we were talking, he's still in the text group for the team he was on in Mesa 2 years ago. They still text with each other. And he played with Caleb Durbin. and he said it was really cool. He was with the A's when Durbin made his big league debut this year in Milwaukee. And the day we spoke, I think we might have been at Scottsdale Stadium, and there was something the Mesa guys had screwed around at Scottsdale 2 years ago, and he was texting everybody, hey, I'm back at the scene of the crime. And you talk to guys who've been in the league, and most of them remember it very positively.
Moreno's day is done. A pitching change for Peoria. Sire Diedrich of the Baltimore Orioles is on his way into the game. Omaha, Nebraska native will take over here. Peoria leading 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th.
The spills, the mess, the stains. How do you get them out? Hi, Adam J here for the Abracadabra Dream Stain Remover. Remove the toughest stains on the planet with the stain remover of your dreams.
Strong enough for grown-ups, yet gentle enough to work wonders for the whole family.
Now this is a big problem, but the Dream Cleaner has the muscle to take the pain out of the stain and the magic to take the stain out of this couch. And this is a huge disaster, but the Dream Cleaner is gentle enough to turn this wedding day nightmare into the wedding day of your dreams. Nothing's better on your favorite sweater than Abracadabra. Get pie off that tie in a flash. Get a family feast off that dining room chair or just about anywhere. And the messiest baby stains disappear before your eyes. And off the blanket and teddy too. Don't get flustered over ketchup stains or mustard. For older, stubborn stains, now break that bond with a spray of your wand. Now this is a big problem. Dream Cleaner works wonders on carpet and upholstery. Stubborn stains disappear. Pet stains vanish.
It truly is a dream. It cleans his work shirts, the kids' messes, and it's the perfect pre-wash.
Experience the magic as the Dream takes the pain out of the stain and puts your clean beyond your wildest dreams. Watch the dream come true faster than you can say abracadabra. Make one thing spotless, and the Dream Cleaner pays for itself. And if you're not completely satisfied, keep the bottle and we'll refund your money 100%. Call or go online and order your 16-ounce bottle of the Abracadabra Dream Stain Remover now for just $24.95. And we'll send you a second bottle absolutely free. Just pay separate processing. Order now.
This is another part that's great here is the weather's fantastic and these kids out of school today and able to take advantage of some of what you get in spring training, but with a little bit more space. Normally that berm is filled with people in the spring, so.
You aren't running up and down the berm in March. But no, it's great out here. You get to interact with the players a lot.
That kid is so tired. Look, he's doing the, I can't make it. I'm not gonna, I can't get there. Can you help?
His mom looks pretty comfortable. She's gonna have to make it up the hill on his own. Got grass in his hair. I don't know if he can make it.
He's gonna get there. I think he
might get a juice box or something as a reward.
That's my kind of kid who's more interested in running downhill than he is running uphill. 3-0 Peoria. A snap throw to first and it gets away. Benjamin will be on his way to second and Ron Benjamin is into scoring position with one out. As Diedrich trying the pickoff throw, throws it away. Just into the runner a little bit too much.
Diedrich's kind of your typical finesse lefty. It's all movement and change in speed. Sits around 90 with a fastball. He's got changeup, a breaking ball.
It's Dylan O'Ray, the sky one to left. That's out number 2. The runner will have to hold at second.
We were talking about Dylan O'Ray earlier. He does not. You don't want him to hit the ball in the air. He needs to be line drives, ground balls. Make use of that really good speed.
Pinch hitter here for Dante Nori. From the Texas Rangers, this is Chandler Pollard, Kennesaw, Georgia, who played at high A yesterday, appeared yesterday as a pinch hitter. He replaced Sebastian Walcott, the Rangers' top prospect on the Fall League roster.
And Walcott ranked number 6 in our top 100. Only played a couple games. I believe it was a shoulder issue. They just decided, there's no point in pushing guys down here. You know, if they have anything come up, especially a prospect like that, you tend to take it easy on him. Pollard's a pretty good athlete. It's speed over power. You need some more polish at the plate, but if he gets on base, he can run.
Look at his scouting report, and the fact that he can stay on the left side of the infield is pretty important. If he can stick at shortstop, that makes a big difference.
Oh, he's in the same organization with Sebastian Walcott and Corey Seager.
That's
so.
True. Well, it's, you pointed out before, it's not just your organization that you're working for in spots like this. If you're Pollard, right, you're
I'm just thinking
attractive to other teams.
You got third base, you got Josh Young, and their first-round pick this year, Gavin Fiends. So yeah, I mean, and that's one of the great things about this league is, I mean, this league gets scouted very heavily. There's all kinds of data being tracked at these games, and yeah, he looks blocked, but if he plays well, maybe it plants a seed, and you eventually wind up with another organization. You know, that's always a possibility.
Right-handed hitter out of Woodward Academy in College Park, Georgia. That's the same high school that produced Delano DeShields. I believe Delano DeShields Jr. too. There's a strike. Count 2-2.
No, I think Delano
you're right.
Shields Sr. was from Delaware.
That's it. So
but it was Delano Shields Jr.
Just Lil Bob, not Bob.
Will Sanders, who pitched at South Carolina, is in the Cubs organization right now, is another product.
Very good pitcher at South Carolina. 2-2. One low, and the count is full. Pollard's run a full count with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Surprise batting, down 3-0. Diedrich's scouting report. Product of LSU Shreveport, and he gets a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Tradition tastes good when you add a little tropical sabor. Introducing Jim Beam Pineapple. Tradition with a piña twist.
Amica Insurance is proudly customer-owned. We know what keeps you going, and we work harder to protect it. Visit amica.com today.
Tonight, in your spacious La Quinta suite, you can be the agent of destruction. We get it. You've been building connections all day. Go ahead, demolish that personal record. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food, this is how you value meal. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
It's only a game. It's only a little rivalry. It's only a ritual.
When I come home late,
and a few generations. And only Spectrum TV includes all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. It's only a game. It's only everything.
I was on my way to work at 5:30 in the morning, and bang, I got rear-ended. I knew I was going to need an attorney, and I wanted one with a winning reputation. That's why I called attorney Dan Newland. Dan and his team was by my side the whole time, and at the end of my case, I was awarded $2.5 million.
Involved in a car accident? Call me Saturday or Sunday at 407-888-8000.
Dan, thank you for winning my case. That money's really going to help me with my recovery.
RBI ground out from Johnny Farmello made it 3-0, and they are up as we start the 6th inning. And Cam Collier leads off for them. Left-handed hitting DH, pops it up behind the plate. Mitchell coming back. Does he have room? He does. Blake Mitchell showing off the athleticism to bounce out of that crouch and retire Collier to start the 6th.
Just got under. It's the second straight time he's fouled out the catcher. The first one traveled maybe, 5 feet from home plate. Blake Mitchell was able to get under, but you saw there, like you mentioned, he's pretty quick, especially for a catcher, and especially a catcher that size.
Ethan Anderson bats. He's been on base twice, doubled and scored in the second. The Pagliarini triple, and then walked his last trip. Switch hitter batting right-handed. Takes low, and the count 2-0. Gets a fastball over for a strike. It's 2-1. He takes down and in. The count 3 balls and a strike down to Anderson. We mentioned it before. Very selective. Does not strike out very much. And boy, he's had really good at bats so far.
No, he really has.
Foul tip into the glove. Mitchell, it's 3-2. Flores, the sigh and the payoff. Walk to Anderson. He's been on base all 3 plate appearances today, and he's Pagliarini. Some defensive changes. Dylan Dreiling, the former Tennessee standout, is now in right field. Pollard staying in the game in center. So changes for Surprise as Pagliarini hits an RBI triple in the second. Pagliarini played at Fairfield College in Connecticut. Go Stags. He had an unbelievable season in 2023 there, where he was the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Player of the Year. He set 6 single-season records, including home runs, slugging percentage, on-base percentage, total bases. He basically did everything for the Stags. He also was a part, Jim, of a very famous Fairfield team that in 2021, when that one nearly hit him, in 2021, Fairfield had a season where they played mostly games in their conference because it was the
coming off the pandemic.
Yeah, the end of COVID, and a lot of conferences did that. They were 33-1 in the Metro Atlantic and ended up losing in a regional final to Texas.
But like, if he starts bragging about that, do you think Sayre Diedrich says, "Hey, I went to LSU Shreveport, and my boys went 59-0 this year"?
Well,
he wasn't there, but like, he's like 33-1, and you guys lost in the finals. You know, LSU Shreveport 59-0. So do you think that ever comes up?
I'm not sure. I mean, I am sure that Diedrich is taking it out on every other NAIA player there. Yeah, LSU Shreveport this year, the NAIA baseball national champions, 59-0. Although Diedrich probably is more concerned about whether or not Nebraska found a quarterback this last week. He started his career at Nebraska and went to Elkhorn High School at Omaha, so I'm going to guess that that's probably at the top of his list.
You got the magic.
If you misplaced your card, slide to the right and the card's locked. Unlocked. The Chase mobile app has card lock, and it has encryption technology to help you keep your data safe. That's peace of mind from Chase.
Dad drills. Let's go. Have you officially named a guardian? My parents? Doesn't count. Guardianship must be legal before it's official. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it incredibly easy.
Visit trustandwill.com today and make it count.
Trust and Will. You know, I've always found it strange. People really want to save money, but are so willing to toss their hard-earned coin into a 3-foot pool of disappointment.
I want to be rich.
You don't need to throw your money away. All you need is your phone.
Huh.
No. Go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone.
Look at that, it's ringing.
What? What are you doing, mate?
I'm going in.
It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
Baby, he don't talk sweet. He ain't got much to say.
'Cause what he does so well. Makes me wanna yell. Let's hear it for the boy.
Michael Harris. John Smoltz. David Wright.
Baseball's best from past and present are about to collide on the links. Introducing the inaugural Capital One MLB Open at Shadow Creek in Las Vegas, where baseball legends and current stars tee off in a unique head-to-head competition. Hosted by Mookie Betts and Matt Vasgersian, the inaugural Capital One MLB Open, Tuesday, November 18th, 9:30 Eastern on TNT.
Quick conference on the mound. Michael Peoples, the pitching coordinator for the Guardians, out to visit with Flores. Peoria with a chance to bust things open here in the sixth. They lead 3-0. Brandon Whitaker hits. Whitaker 0 for 2. He's flying to right and struck out swinging.
And this is really a situation here. I mean, granted, we're going to see a lot more pitchers in this game, but with the way Peoria has pitched today, if Whitaker could do something here and they could score a couple more runs, a 5-run lead would feel pretty big.
Action in the surprise bullpen. And Whitaker lines it into left field. It's a base hit. Anderson had to hold up to make sure it got through, and so the bases are loaded. Anderson was headed back to second to make sure that that line drive wasn't going to be caught.
Just took that pitch and dropped the barrel on it, lined it to left field.
And now here's the big chance for Peoria to break the game open, as Jim mentioned. Bases loaded, 1 out for Ryan Jackson. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. 23-year-old right-handed hitting infielder takes inside, ball 1.
And he's usually known for putting the ball in play, getting on base. Struck out on a fastball and slider so far today.
Infield playing in. Adams on the cut of the grass at first. A strike, it's 1-1. If Surprise is going to come back and win this game, they are going to need to get out of this jam. A slow roller up along third. Charging is Benjamin. He'll go to first. A run scores as he gets the put out, and it's 4-0 Peoria.
That was a nice play by Benjamin. I mean, that wasn't easy. He only had one play guy at first and was able to make it, which was crucial because you have to get out in this situation. If you don't, then this inning can really get away from you, and that's just unfortunate. It was a good pitch. It wasn't good contact, but it was well placed, and there's just really nothing you can do about it.
2 outs, 2 on for Enrique Bradfield Jr. He's been on base twice and scored a pair of runs. As he takes upstairs, it's 1-0.
The only time they were tired was when he tried to bunt in the second inning, and it was a good idea. He hit it just a little bit too hard, got it out to second base a little bit too quickly, and Dylan O'Ray was able to throw him out.
Swing and a miss. It's 1-1.
We were talking off camera, Mike. I mean, we both saw a lot of him in college at Vanderbilt. This stance is so different and so extreme compared to what he did in college.
Yeah, it is really unique. I mean, look, he opens his body way up, and then he's moving into that crouch as he tried to check his swing. It looks like he went around. It's 1-2. It's almost, the setup isn't as unusual as him getting into the crouch, it feels like.
Yeah, and moving, a lot of late movement.
He takes strike 3 called.
Today, business happens virtually everywhere. That's why you need Supermobile from T-Mobile. The best plan on the best network. A first-of-its-kind plan that lets you run your business from your phone like never before. In moments of high demand, T-Mobile's network adapts to put your business connection first with built-in security to keep your business your business.
Supermobile, the best business plan on the best network.
You won't believe where I am.
SandCloud chose the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card. Their business earns unlimited 2% cash back on everything they buy. They get big purchasing power so their business can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
What do you get the family that loves pizza? You get them Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. It's the perfect gift for guys who like to make large, delicious pies right at home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. Paisano quickly heats up to 800 degrees to crisp the crust and melt the cheese. You can't do that in a regular oven. No charcoal, no wood, no gas, just pizza real fast. Paisano is electric, plug-in, and portable. Give the gift of the complete Paisano pizza oven system for just $119.99. But to put a bow on this deal, we'll give you an instant $20 discount. You get it all for just $99.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. Go online to buypaisano.com to get yours. Plus, Paisano is also available at Walmart and Amazon.
Can't get enough baseball? Get MLB Network today to stream up to 15 live out-of-market games a week and 24/7 access to MLB Network's award-winning shows. Start streaming MLB Network for just $5.99 a month.
Daniel Vasquez will lead off. Some high IQ plays for Surprise if they're going to come back from this 4-0 deficit. Vasquez behind in the count 0-1. And the count evens 1-1. Sire Diedrich got out of the jam in the 5th, and now see the scouting report on Vasquez. We talked about him physically before. It has been a long road for him to get to this point. 3 years spent in full season A-ball before getting to advanced A this year.
Yeah, these guys sign so young, and they need time not just to develop as players, sometimes physically develop. So he got there fairly quickly, but also spent longer than usual there.
Takes outside, it's 2-2, and now this is his 40-man year, which is an important part of the Arizona Fall League for a lot of teams to get a look as to whether or not they feel like they need to protect a player from the Rule 5 draft.
Yeah, and there's also some gamesmanship. Sometimes you don't want to send players here and expose them too much. If you talk to Mike Rizzo, former GM of the Nationals, he's still angry when he's with the Diamondbacks. A new regime came in and sent Dan Uggla to the Fall League and left him unprotected, and they lost him to the Marlins.
Leadoff single for Vasquez. His team down 4-0, and here is Dylan Dreiling's first plate appearance.
Tony Vitellish has stuck around. He would have enjoyed a Dylan Dreiling at bat.
Dylan Dreiling, a huge part of the 2024 National Championship team at Tennessee.
MVP at the college. I think he homered in every
All
game.
All 3 games, yep, in the finals of that College World Series. Had a very good career in Knoxville before being drafted by the Rangers last summer. Takes a strike, it's 0-2. He was also a big contributor on one of those teams that will go down as maybe the greatest college team to never make it to Omaha. The Tennessee team that lost at Super Regionals to Notre Dame in 2022. And he smacks it back through the middle, a base hit. Stopping at second is Vasquez, and Surprise is threatening. They have the first 2 aboard in the 6th, down 4-0.
That was a nice piece of hitting by Dreiling. His first full year in pro ball this year, he didn't have the season he wanted in high A, and I think it's one of those things you get off to a slow start and snowballs. Here, he didn't try to overswing. Got a breaking ball, looked like it hung up a little bit, and he just went right back up the middle with it. All of a sudden, they've got 2 men on. They had 2 hits coming in this inning, both in the 2nd inning. They hadn't had a hit in 3+ innings, and getting a little rally here. Now you got some power hitters coming up.
Luke Adams certainly has power. Very selective hitter with a 400 on base percentage in AA this year as he takes a strike. He could get Surprise back in this game with 1 swing of the bat. The 0-1. And the count evens 1-1. Look at the grades on Adams there. 50 is major league average.
So this would equate to like maybe a 260 hitter with 20 homers if you're projecting out the hitting power on him.
Down and in, down 2-1. Now, will you take responsibility for those grades, or do you have to blame somebody else for them?
No, they're not. They're not my organization. But, and I think those are legit. I think if you're the Brewers, you're hoping he's got the potential to develop more power, but I think those are all pretty fair.
I think it's the approach that really stands out. He gets himself into very good counts. He's ahead 3-1 here with Blake Mitchell on deck.
We were talking about his setup at the plate. So you think what it was is, the Brewers drafted him and Craig Counsell was the manager, so he's like, okay, I've got to adopt his batting stance. Maybe that's what it was. Got to make a good impression on my employers.
Do you think he didn't change it because he can't find any of Pat Murphy's?
Yeah, there you go.
Here's the 3-1.
I hope Pat's watching, because Pat would enjoy that comment.
Yes, I knew he would. Pat Murphy, the two-time National League Manager of the Year. Really came to prominence in a lot of ways here in the Valley as the head coach at Arizona State. Vasquez is at second, trailing at first.
Before that at Notre Dame, where he coached, I think Counsell, he'll tell you, was his favorite player ever. Well, favorite Notre Dame player ever. Dustin Pedroia is up there too.
Outside, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for surprise in the 6th.
We got Blake Mitchell coming up. We opened by focusing on the 2 top 100 catchers in the Open. They've gone 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts today. So everybody's watching this game. They're like, what do Mike and Jim know?
The callous jinx?
Like, what are these guys talking about? But no,
I don't think that's the reason why they're saying that.
Back pain. When you've got it, you know it. Introducing the X-Back from CopperFit, our groundbreaking technology designed for compression support of your lower back and core like you've never experienced before. Engineered with our most innovative, patent-pending, Advanced X compression system. The X-Back evenly distributes the support across a broader surface area of your back for relief of lower back aches and pains.
The new belt is fantastic. I feel a bigger area of support. Immediately, there was something different about this.
A super lightweight mesh fabric, ventilated for unmatched breathability to increase airflow and release excess heat.
You have to try it. You haven't felt anything that's going to give you the kind of support and relieve the back pain that you have, because it is unbelievable.
Our copper-infused fabric, made with the most advanced materials for superior support and lighter than air comfort.
It's just relaxing all that tension that you get.
Wow, oh, that feels great.
I've tried a lot of belts in the past. Nothing like this.
I have a history of back issues, man, and this is really hard to believe what I'm feeling right now.
An orthopedic-designed alloy support panel and 4 built-in flexible stabilizers to help improve alignment and promote better posture.
Usually when I have long triathlons, there's pain. With the belt, there's absolutely no pain. For me, it was like, okay, is this really happening? I really haven't felt anything like this before.
The all-new X-Back from CopperFit, the most effective, breathable, customizable support for relief of lower back pain you will ever wear. Guaranteed or your money back. Get yours now at getxback.com for only 2 payments of $29.99 or call 1-800-249-4719. Order right now and your shipping is free.
This is by far the best support that I have found.
You feel like, you conquered the world, and it's life-changing.
The all-new X-Back from CopperFit. Feel the difference.
Conference here. Quinn Cleary from the Mariners organization back out to the mound. Now the base is loaded, nobody out, and here comes Mitchell. Jesus Aswahe. 6 straight AFL championship games. And remember, the Rangers and Royals have been a part of all 6 of those, but there's a lot of other teams that have been involved in helping them do this. But the surprise Saguaros are always here.
It's one off the all-time record, the 2003 to 2009 Desert Dogs, 7 in a row.
First pitch, and Mitchell hits it up the alley, left center field. Pagliarini over, makes the catch. Tagging and coming home to score is Vasquez. Dreiling goes to third, and so does the third. Adams stays at first. It's a 4-1 game.
I know they're down by 3, so maybe he won't, but we saw it already once today. We saw it yesterday. Luke Adams will take second and get in scoring position if they let him. And there's Mitchell yesterday. His 2 big hits were both like that, driven to the opposite field. He got under that one just a little bit. but hit it pretty hard. Gets a run in. They got another run scoring at third base 90 feet away. If Dylan Campbell can drive him in, then all of a sudden this is a two-run game again.
We'll see how frisky Adams is at first.
Maybe not against the lefty.
First pitch. Campbell takes a strike, 0-1. Campbell, his junior year at University of Texas, put together a monster season, and if not for a slow start, he very well may have won Big 12 Player of the Year. He lost out on it to a sophomore, J.J. Weatherholt.
Pretty good one.
Top prospect of the Cardinals organization. Weatherholt was at West Virginia.
Who I believe led the nation in hitting. I think he led NCAA Division I in hitting that year as well, J.J. Weatherholt.
If Campbell had gotten off to a little bit better start, it would have been 3 Big 12 Players of the Year in a row, because that year was sandwiched between Ivan Melendez, a former fall leaguer who's now in the Diamondbacks organization, who had the great nickname the Hispanic Titanic. That one driven to center field and should score the run. Bradfield onto the track to make the catch. Runner comes home and scores from third, and Adams will tag and make second easily. It's 4-2. And the other one is Max Ballou, who was just drafted this last year by Colorado.
I think that was a little bit of a steal for the Rockies second round. Campbell doing his job here. Drove that ball to deep center, easily scoring the second run of the game. And I just like Luke Adams' hustle. When you're a 6'4", 210 corner, corner infielder, speed's not a big part of his game. But I've seen him 2 playoff games in 2 days, steal 2 bases. And there, you have to be paying attention, be alert, knowing who's in center field, knowing where the ball's hit. And that's big to get in the scoring position, because now a base hit makes it a 1-run game.
He was able to see that Bradfield wasn't getting behind that ball, right? That he was drifting to it. And that is a long throw. It is 4-10 to center field. Luke Adams has been very impressive in doing the little things. We talked a lot about his approach, but he has made, 3 really good, accurate throws, which you don't think about a lot with a first baseman.
No, you think first base, you're thinking, okay, power, and you mentioned his approach. It's all offense, and he's making good plays in the field, and he's looking to make things happen in the base pass without being too reckless.
1-1, and Chesky lines it to second, caught by Jackson, and the inning is over. Surprise gets on the board, they score a pair.
Just located, original U.S. government Morgan silver dollars, the most sought-after coins in American history. Bulletin, 9:45 a.m. New York. National Collectors Mint releases 2,935 of the last surviving United States minted Morgan silver dollars still in existence. Each coin is 104 to 147 years old, but condition is important, and all the U.S. government Morgan silver dollars in this release are guaranteed to be in brilliant uncirculated to fine condition. 320 million Morgan silver dollars were melted by the U.S. government for both world wars. Millions more were melted by silver profiteers again and again as silver prices soared. Each contains over 3/4 of an ounce of pure silver. When silver first hit $50 an ounce, China and India were poor nations. Now China and India are rich, and the price of silver has more than quintupled in the last 20 years, increasing 60% in the last year alone. Will this drive the price to $100 or even more in the future? Since 2005, overall purchases of silver coins and bars are up over 400%. But you can still get the same quality original Morgans for our low TV price, just $49 each. This price can only be guaranteed for the next 7 days. This is $30 to $90 less than several national retailers charge for a similar Morgan silver dollar. These original United States minted Morgan silver dollars are heavy with .900 pure silver and rich in historic value. These last remaining survivors can be yours for just $49 each. Strict limit of 5 coins per caller. National Collectors Mint protects your purchase price with our silver dollar money back guarantee. But you must act soon to own an authentic Morgan silver dollar at this price. Orders accepted on a first come, first served basis. Don't miss out. Call now.
Call 1-800-313-7819. That's 1-800-313-7819. Strict limit of 5 coins per caller. So call 1-800-313-7819. That's 1-800-313-7819.
Pitch, hit, and run is the free official MLB skills competition for baseball and softball players aged 7 to 14. Host a local competition in 2026 and give the kids a chance to make it to the national finals at the 2026 World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com. Jaden Estanista is on from the Phillies for Surprise, trying to keep this a 4-2 deficit. Peoria has led since the first inning, and the Javelinas, as Javelinas are wont to do, trying to burrow their way to victory. Yeah, Balcazar has had a nice day at the plate with a couple of hits, including an RBI. He takes a strike. It's 0-1. Reds are one of those farm systems, Jim, that I don't think gets enough credit for how good they've been. They have been really nice. They've done a really nice job of developing both arms and bats over the last several years.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all the guys they've sent to the big leagues recently. They have a young team that's not too far off making the playoffs. And you look at the farm system, and they still have guys like Sal Stewart and Rhett Lauder still qualify as prospects. We've seen Duno and Cam Collier in this game. They have a really interesting shortstop named Tyson Lewis. They drafted another really interesting shortstop. It kind of reminds me of Trey Turner this year in Steele Hall. You got some pitchers. I mentioned Lauder. You got Chase Petty. You got Aaron Watson out of this year's draft. It is, and it's farm systems are cyclical. And usually you see after you have a team that promotes as many young guys as they have to the big leagues. Probably their two most notable, and they're still young players, would be Hunter Green and Ellie De La Cruz. But there's more beyond that. Usually when you have a bunch of those guys get promoted to the big leagues, you have to replenish, and they still have, like you said, a stock system, and I don't think they get heralded enough either.
Chase Burns and Andrew Abbott, and even I know that they acquired him in a trade, but they helped to Noelve Marte get to the point that he is, where he had a monster second half. Yeah, they really have done a great job, and they have not had as much success with some of the external additions, but they recognize that they need to have that to augment the young players they have, and I'm really impressed. They always churn out arms. They have some guys that can just wing it.
Well, it's funny because a couple years ago that was kind of the Achilles heel of the team. They needed more pitching.
Alcazar, the leadoff walk in the 7th, on base for the 3rd time today.
A few years ago it was, okay, the Reds need pitching. Now they got Hunter Green. They have Nick Lodolo. They have Andrew Abbott, who always seems to get overlooked. Rhett Lauder is going to be interesting, too. If they could keep him healthy. He was very good down the stretch in 2024. They traded for Brady Singer. Right? Now the pitching staff, Nick Martinez had a good year. The pitching staff looks like that, that was the better part of the team this year.
Carmelo fouls it away. Just sticking with some of what they've done in player development, though, and talking about Balcazar, it is very unusual to see a player go from a low walk, high strikeout hitter to a high walk, low strikeout hitter the way that he did this year. And some of that has to be on his aptitude, right? I mean, you have to have an understanding of the game, but there have to be things that they are doing and teaching in player development that can completely turn a player around like that. And that, to me, I think is one of the things that stands out. When you see these improvements where guys, I think it was 2 years ago, he struck out 100 times?
100 times against 14 walks.
Yeah.
And then he comes back this year with 75 strikeouts and 52 walks. That's like a 7-to-1 ratio to a 1.5-to-1 ratio this year. I'd be interested in that because I always feel like that's one of those things you can't really teach. You can improve a guy maybe to some degree, but obviously something significant happened there. For that, I mean, you don't see anything dramatic like that very often.
Farmella to left center. And Adamchevsky makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Duno. I wonder how much of it is emphasis. I mean, we talked about that with the Brewers earlier. I mean, they have a philosophy. It was like, if you're not going to swing at strikes, you can't play here.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's part of what they've done. But it's the Reds are coming. The Reds, Pirates, and Brewers have a lot of young talent in those organizations.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how that division shakes out.
Duno doesn't get cheated again as he swings and misses. 0-1. 3 strikeouts today after his 3-homer game last night. I'm assuming that he enjoyed the hat trick yesterday a bit more as he skies one into shallow left. Vasquez going out. Adamchevsky coming in to make the basket catch. 2 outs. That had a little hang time on it.
That gave Adamchevsky some time to get there. He's smiling.
Adamchevsky actually started that route in Flagstaff. Just a big cut. He does not get cheated, that's for sure. 2 outs. Here's Cam Collier. Takes low, 1-0. Collier battled a thumb injury this year that sapped some of the power. That was supposed to be his calling card, despite the fact that he's not the biggest guy. Definitely was not his dad's calling card. Lou Collier was a speedster.
No, he was. And I think it's easy to forget because he was drafted you know, because unique situation when he was drafted, what would have been his high school junior season, but he went to junior college. Even though he's drafted in 2022, he's still 20 years old. He won't turn 21 till next week. So in some ways, it feels like, geez, you know, this is his 4th year in pro ball, but he's 20. He should be what, going into his junior year of college now, and he's already played 4 years of pro ball. And I think when you look at that context, and he's gotten to Double-A, that I still think he's going to be really good. I think he's probably more of a first baseman than third baseman in the long run, but I think it's enough bat to play at first base.
Swing and a miss.
Time is running out on Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl. So first round, get your go-to. Second, have what she's having, what he's having. Go on, try it all while you still can, starting at $13.99.
Whenever heartburn strikes, get fast relief with Tums, so you can enjoy the food you love.
Enter Jack, sliding into his morning commute. Cool, calm, collected. Easy like a Sunday, even on a Monday. Briefs to boardroom in 10, game on. Workday crushed, confidence off the charts. And tonight, he's not chasing the vibe, he's bringing it. Jack Archer, style that goes the distance. Slide into style now with 15% off at jackarcher.com/TV.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Love finds you in so many ways.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
This fall, find your love of a lifetime.
The man is leeching off of me. Now he's doing the exact same thing to you.
I will not be the reason you lose everything.
I'm falling in love with you.
Maybe it'll be different this time.
Movies as unpredictable as love itself. New movies every Saturday at 8. Part of Love of a Lifetime.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Dominant College World Series performances in history at Oregon State. And the first pitch misses to Juan Benjamin, leadoff hitter. It'll be 8-9-1 in the surprise order. They dented the scoreboard for the first time in the 6th, scoring a pair. And now they need to do it again. You see the numbers there from Abel, who struggled with control since having Tommy John surgery in college. But boy, that performance that he had for Oregon State was memorable.
I was at that game. That was the series where Adley Rutschman was the MVP. Arkansas had won the first game of the finals, was leading late, had a pop-up down the right field line that they didn't make a play on. Trevor Larnach is now with the Twins, hit a game-tying home run. They win that game to set up game 3, and Kevin Abel throws a 2-hit shutout in the finale to win the national championship. And at the time, you're thinking, okay, this guy's gonna be a first-round pick in a couple years. And he got hurt, and the stuff has never quite come back. You know, he's trying to work his way back, but pretty good slider there. Or I'm sorry, changeup there that ran away from the hitter.
And that's always been his calling card, right? It's a carry forcing fastball that plays above its velocity, and that tumbling changeup there for out number 1.
And even when he was throwing that, you know, it wasn't like you said, he was more of a. He had good stuff, but he could really pitch. It wasn't like he was throwing 98 and blowing the Razorbacks away in that 2-hit shutout in the championship game. It was just, you know, it was solid stuff. He could really pitch. You know, maybe, you know, kind of like a Rhett Lauder almost. You know, type of profile. Maybe not as good as Rhett, and Rhett obviously had a longer, more successful college career. But you're right. I mean, that day against Arkansas, he was untouchable.
0-2 the count to the speedy Dylan O'Ray. Slaps it foul. This is getting a chance to be a fun at bat now, because O'Ray behind 0-2 is not going to give up very much. You see the limited power, but the bat to ball skills are exceptional for him.
No, they really are. And if he winds up topping a ground ball to the left side of the infield, it's a base hit. because he's one of the better runners in the league.
It's from Ontario, not California, but the province in Canada. Slaps the foul out of play. Abel's 1-2. Breaking ball misses, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to O'Reilly. Two hops to second. Jackson throws him out. 2 up, 2 down in the 7th. He'll turn the lineup back over for Pollard. Came in as a pinch hitter. Pollard, a strikeout victim, is hit for Dante Nori in the 5th, taking strike 3. Surprise needs the proverbial bloop and a blast to get things even. And it's overpowered with 94 there. It's 0-1. That had a little life to it.
It did. I mean, he's looked good. I mean, we've seen him for 2+ batters here, but he's throwing strikes, moving the ball around, mixing his pitches.
This is outside.
I like the idea there. Try to run the changeup back over the outer half of the plate.
Bouncer through the right side. It's a base hit. Not exactly the bloop, but a 3-hopper through the right side from Pollard, and it'll bring the tying run to the plate. Daniel Vasquez.
Ran the ball back in on him. Was able to put it in an advantageous spot for a base hit. Pollard's got some speed, so stolen base could be an option here.
Vasquez not a guy that he's hit for much power as of yet, but he has great bat speed, and he hits it in the air to center. Bradfield going back. He's got room. Shy of the track, makes the catch.
With Straight Talk's Real Unlimited data, say yes to unlimited streaming.
Yes.
Unlimited gifting.
No.
And unlimited holiday moments.
Yes.
Get a free 5G phone on us on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart.
Look what I just found. No ding decline on the Experian app. They show me credit cards that won't hurt my credit if I'm not approved. Turns out I care about my credit health too. Get the app from your big financial friend. Experian.
Experian. You got the magic touch. It makes me glow so much.
If you misplaced your card, slide to the right and the card's locked. The Chase mobile app has card lock.
Locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked.
And it has encryption technology to help you keep your data safe.
Cool, right?
That's peace of mind from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
People, they're good for squad goals and squad. People are good for these kinds of cheers and these kinds of cheers. Jim Beam, best enjoyed together. Official spirit of U.S. Soccer.
Let's talk about your risk. Because whether it's big or small, personal, business, or financial, risk happens. That's why you need a partner that listens first and turns risky business into just business. Because risk happens. So whether you're making decisions for your business, for your people, or for your life, it's easier with a partner you can trust. NFP, the official commercial insurance broker of Major League Baseball.
Baseball stars from past and present tee off at the Capital One MLB Open. Enjoy all access to the unique head-to-head competition at Shadow Creek. The MLB Open All Access, presented by Capital One. Thursday, 9 Eastern on MLB Network.
There are 6 teams in the Arizona Fall League, each of them with 5 Major League affiliates. This is the 2025 setup. You'll see Peoria, the Padres and Mariners are always with them. That's their spring training complex, just like Surprise of the Rangers and Royals. And then the others rotate, and fortunately, Jim Callis is an expert on AFL history, so he will be giving you the history of all the teams that have been with the Desert Dogs. That's in this inning as Anderson hits a softball here to second for out number 1.
It's interesting. I was going to say it's interesting because what changes is it's not like it's a rotation. It's based on who has players to fit what positions as they're trying to put teams together. And we have, as we projected, yet another new pitcher in the game, Mike.
Edwin Jimenez of the Brewers is on, Venezuelan right-hander. Faces Charlie Pagliarini, who had an RBI triple back in the second inning. Peoria has led since the top of the first, and they are 6 outs away from a championship. Pagliarini walks, strikeouts, power, home runs. I guess he's a 3 true outcome hitter. And he's ahead in the count 2-1.
Because he's one of those guys, I don't do our Mariners organization, so I wasn't as familiar with him as some of the other players in the league. And he just stood out to me as a guy who's hit the ball pretty consistently hard in the fall league.
He was a little old for his level this year as a 24-year-old at a high A, but he's going to get challenged next year in Double A. But there certainly is a lot to like. The Mariners have had a lot of players the last couple of years that have had similar profiles to him. The Cade Marlows of the world. That one popped up foul third base side. And Benjamin makes the catch, 2 outs. We'll see whether or not Pagliarini has an impact on their roster. Brandon Whitaker will bat now. Peoria leading surprise 4-2 in the top of the 8th. Whitaker was a very famous high school player. He was a perfect game All-American. In fact, he was on the same perfect game All-American West squad with Blake Mitchell, the catcher, for surprise, from the Kansas City Royals. A third teammate there was part of that. It was part of the fall league this year. Kevin McGonigal, who won the MVP award, the number 2 prospect in Pipeline's list from the Detroit Tigers organization.
Sounds like a pretty good team. I mean, you were rattling off before the game. I mean,
just the position.
We don't have enough time this inning to rattle off the 12 or 13 guys you'd recognize off that team.
I mean, they will have had those 3 players, and then the likely number 1 pick in this upcoming draft in Rock Chalowski, the shortstop at UCLA.
Which is where Whitaker was going to go.
Right.
So he would not have played shortstop had he made it to UCLA.
He may not have played third either because Roman Martin is there, who also might be a first-round pick this year.
I feel like they would have gotten him in the lineup somewhere. It just might not have been on the left side of the infield. And that's one of the cool things about Whitaker is for a big guy, he has a lot of defensive versatility.
I wonder if they would have moved him to the outfield there. I guess they could have put him at second, and then you might have had a huge UCLA day 1 because Mulavai Lavu, their first baseman, is a really good prospect too.
Has there
also
ever been a
6'6"
second baseman?
Mark Tien is the closest I can think. He was 6'5". Swing and a miss. Whitaker down on strikes.
Introducing the all-new Mobilizer compression socks from Copperfit. Easy on, easy off compression socks that reduce swelling and relieve tired, achy feet. With built-in arch support technology for targeted relief right where you need it.
I thought all compression socks are the same, and I'll tell you, it's a world of difference. They reduce inflammation, they reduce the pain.
No more pain, no more achy feet.
These are the socks to wear to help keep the energy going. It's just been amazing for me.
And now, Copperfit compression just got even better with energizing blue infrared fibers woven into soft, breathable compression fabric to help boost circulation, reduce swelling, and relieve pain. Copperfit Compression plus Lumicore Blue Infrared Fibers. 2 breakthrough technologies combined to give you soothing foot relief all day, every day, so you can stay mobile.
The compression, the fit, the comfort. I love these socks. I want to have them on all the time.
I can get up every morning and do exactly what I want to do because I'm not in foot pain anymore.
I'm addicted to wearing them. Now I feel like I can get anything done no matter what it is.
Breathable, easy on, easy off design. Graduated compression for energizing support and to reduce swelling from prolonged sitting or standing. Built-in arch support technology,
Plus, Lumicor Blue infrared fibers to boost circulation and reduce swelling for soothing all-day relief.
They'll keep me going. They're going to keep me mobile, keep me doing the things I want to do.
The Lumicor technology works fantastic. That, to me, was the game changer.
Get mobilized, guaranteed, or your money back. Get your Mobilizer socks now at mobilizersocks.com for as low as $19.99. Plus, your shipping is free. That's right, free shipping.
The more I wore them, the better it got.
I just feel happier.
Nothing compares to CopperFit Mobilizer socks. Nothing.
You have got to get these.
Get yours now at mobilizersocks.com. That's mobilizersocks.com.
Trevor Kunkel is on from the Cincinnati Reds for Peoria. They have a 4-2 lead as we play the bottom of the 8th inning. Kunkel out of George Washington University, an undrafted free agent by the Reds. Big strikeout numbers in the fall. The first pitch to Dylan Dreiling misses. It's 1-0.
I mean, you talk about guys, have love for the game. He spent 4 years at GW. He spent 3 years in independent ball before he got signed by the Reds. Led the Southern League with 20 saves this year. Two-pitch guy, mid-90s fastball, mid-80s slider. Really likes to go with the slider.
There's a little bit of Todd Coffey to him. Todd Coffey,
yep.
the former Reds reliever, burly righty. Dreiling to third. Whitaker has it. And the leadoff man gone in the surprise 8th. They're down to 5 outs to play with as Luke Adams will come to the plate. Adams has been on base twice via a walk today. Surprise had their best chance of the 6th. They loaded the base with nobody out, and then a pair of sacrifice flies cut the deficit to 4-2.
Really has been a quiet day for them. I mean, they had a couple hits in the 2nd inning. They had the 2 runs in the 6th and really have not threatened that much otherwise.
They had a quiet day offensively yesterday, too, where they ran out to an early 3-0 lead, and then the Mesa Solar Sox came back to tie them before Blake Mitchell walked it off with 2 outs of the 9th. Not been a whole lot of offense from the Surprise club the last 2 days. Adams pops it foul off to the right and out of play.
And a lot of times you get to the championship game, it feels like you see a deep, like offensive explosion because teams kind of run out of pitching. Especially with Peoria not having a bye. This is their 3rd playoff game in a row in 3 days, and had some struggles early for the Surprise Saguaros. But other than that, both teams have pitched pretty well today.
2-2. Look at the report on Kunkel. Southern League All-Star this year in Chattanooga, as Adams looked like he ducked under that one and the count is full.
In case you're tracking it, both teams have 1 challenge left. They both have failed. No, I mean, it could come into play like here late in the game.
They've held one back, both of them burning them in the same inning, really. Adams takes outside. He's walked 3 times today. It'll bring the tying run to the plate and Mitchell.
Good take. And it's not like we've seen him. For a guy who hasn't, had a hit, he's drawn 3 walks. He's looked good on defense. He stole a base. He took an extra base on a fly ball to center. I just like him.
I do too.
And he's still pretty young. I think he can get. You can see there's some room to put some strength on there. And again, if they don't pay attention to him, he's a threat to go here.
Blake Mitchell bats. It takes high, ball 1. Sacrifice fly his last trip. He knocked in 2 runs yesterday for Surprise. He is the tying run here with 1 out in the 8th. And he wraps one through the middle, a base hit. Adams to second. He's going to head to third. Here comes Bradfield's throw. It's not in time. Backed up by Kunkel. And heads up baseball by the pitcher to be in the right spot to back that up. But Adams running in the face of Bradfield for the 2nd time.
Yeah, he went on that sacrifice fly up the middle. Mitchell gets a hit. We got the tying run up. I was just saying, again, getting back to Luke Adams and what he's doing. Bradfield, as great a defender as he is, it's not an especially strong arm, and I think he took that in consideration, didn't hesitate. For a split second, I was like, uh-oh, this might be a little closer than it needs to be. but he made it. Now he's 90 feet away from making this a one-run game.
Dylan Campbell, a single, a walk, and a sac fly. He takes a ball outside, 1-0. Campbell had big power numbers in college, had 14 this year, total between two levels, but slugged under 400 on the season. Takes a strike, and the count 1-1. See, he grades out to have below average power, but a good defender with a strong arm. Tying runs are aboard. Takes a breaking ball that backs up inside. It's 2-1. Mitchell at first is a good athlete, but don't expect him to run.
No, I mean, as the tying run, I wouldn't think you'd send him unless he just thought he could get unbelievable jump because Kunkel's not watching him.
Campbell pops it up, foul third base side. Winokur over, but he'll run out of room. That's 2-2.
Five straight sliders he's thrown to Campbell.
Brothers get their lead at the corners. The pitch in the dirt, and the count goes full.
So do you send Mitchell here?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. One out. I mean, even as strong as Duno's arm is, he's thrown a runner out at second. And I would have to think that Campbell's looking breaking ball at this point too, right? I mean, all sliders.
Or do you look fastball and adjust to the slider?
Not going, and he takes inside, and the bases are loaded. And the go-ahead run is aboard with one out. Quinn Cleary out to the mound to visit with Kunkel before Josh Adamczewski hits. Adamczewski hits. Adamczewski a single, a walk, and lined out to second his last trip. First pitch. He takes upstairs, 1-0. He is a selective hitter. He also has power.
Lined out hard to second base the last time up.
The 1-0. Foul back. Boy, he had a good pass at a 96-mile-an-hour heater. It's 1-1. Saw Riverfield's organist Bobby Freeman trying to get all of the fans into this one. 1-1 the count. 1-2 as that one fouled off to the left and out of play. Surprise had him loaded with nobody out in the sixth and scored twice. They have him loaded now with one out in the eighth. If they're going to come back, they need to scratch across one more. Kunkel would love Adamczewski to roll over one for a double play here. Get out of the inning. The 1-2. Outside, it's 2-2. Adamczewski looks very calm. Kunkel gets the pitch he wants. 2-2 line, fair! Inside the line and down off the sidewall and out of play. It'll tie the game on a rule book double for Adamczewski.
Like you said, Mike, he looked very calm. Big moment here in the AFL Championship game. Looked very comfortable. Comes up with a big hit there, and I believe the Javelinas were fortunate that ball went out of play because I think Dylan Campbell was going to score to take the lead.
It would have bounced off the sidewall and likely kicked back towards the field of play. He'll get another look here. And now the go-ahead run is at third, and the infield's going to come in. And the first pitch misses. 1-0 to Juan Benjamin.
That was more a good piece of hitting than a terrible pitch. That was a spinner that was down, and he just stayed back on it and laced it down the left field line.
Foul back. A good pass at 96 there. It's 1-1. This is turned. If Surprise can take the lead, they would be 3 outs away from a championship. 1-1 the count. Inside 2-1. Mentioned earlier, Benjamin with a very good approach at the plate. Good contact hitter. And he hits it past a diving Jackson into right center field. 2 runs come home to score, and Surprise with a 4 spot leads 6-4 in the 8th.
What a nice rally here by Surprise. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Mike. It's a bunch of guys, you know, Benjamin, another one here. That breaking ball hung a little bit more, and he got on top of it. But it's a bunch of guys with good approaches to the plate who aren't trying to do too much. And you're throwing, you know, guys are getting a little wild. They're taking pitches off the plate. And then when you come over the plate, they're doing damage. Even though they were down 4-0 going into the bottom of the 6th, it just seemed like they'd never panicked.
That's going to be it for Kunkel. Juan Benjamin into the lineup today, mostly for his defense, and he delivers the go-ahead 2-run single in the 8th. And now Surprise finds themselves 3 outs away from a title.
2, please. Make that 3. With the Capital One Saver Card, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment.
Are you in this one?
Get your tentacles off my 3% cash back. Perfect delivery. What's in your wallet?
At FrameBridge, we believe the items you frame tell your story. Since 2014, FrameBridge has been making it easy to custom frame everything you love, online and in your local store. Transparent pricing, beautiful designs, handcrafted using the highest quality materials, delivered to you in days. This holiday season, give a gift only you can give from FrameBridge. Start gifting today at your local store or at framebridge.com anytime.
Over 500,000 people with AFib have left blood thinners behind. With Watchman, a safe one-time implant that reduces stroke risk and bleeding worry. For life. Watchman. It's one time for a lifetime.
The business of baseball is about to heat up at the winter meetings on MLB Network. Get the insider's take on all the rumors.
It's now increasingly possible that he'll be moved while we're here.
Breaking news on free agent signings.
This is landscape changing.
With an in-depth look at the moves that'll reshape next season.
This is your chance to pounce on a face of a franchise.
Watch or stream on any device. The 2025 Winter Meetings begins December 7th, only on MLB Network.
Dylan O'Ray still trying to keep this rally going. Only 1 out in the 8th. A 4-run rally for Surprise to take the lead.
Just looking at how deep they're playing with him, how fast he can run, I almost wonder if he lays a bunt down the third baseline. It's almost an automatic hit if he keeps it in fair territory.
Whitaker's going to start creeping in a little bit. He's just about even with the bag. Yep. Benjamin at first. First pitch, not bunting, and the runner takes off late for second, and the delayed steal works. And now a man in scoring position with 1 out.
For whatever reason in the fall league, I just feel like the pitchers don't pay attention to the runners more than any level of baseball I watch, and you just have so many uncontested steals or steals where the guy gets such a big jump, the catcher has no chance.
2-0 the count to O'Ray. As you see, 0 for 3 today. Speedy second baseman waits, and he's ahead 3-0. Chandler Pollard in the on-deck circle. He's singled in the 7th. O'Ray swinging 3-0, dumps it into left field for a base hit. Benjamin will go to third. And now runners at the corners with 1 out, and Surprise up 6-4.
And O'Reilly, as we've noted, can really run, so he's a threat to steal too if they don't pay attention to him.
Ray's first hit of the game. 4 hits in the inning. They had 5 in the game coming into this frame. Did surprise. And the infield coming in. Runner goes. Pitches a ball, 1-0, no throw. Ray steals second, standing up. Now Pollard chopped a ball through the right side his last trip. And he swings and rolls one off the glove of Whitaker. A run's going to score. Everybody is safe. It's 7-4. Pollard with a pair of hits off the bench for surprise and drives in a key insurance run here.
I mean, you have to play the infield in that situation. We've seen 3 times today where the defense has played the infield in, and it's cost them a base hit and some runs. Yeah, Surprise did nothing except for the 6th inning coming into this inning, and they've got 5 runs in. There's still just 1 out. There's still 2 guys on. Seems like all these guys can run too. Like Chandler Pollard's got good speed. Like I'll say it again. If they don't pay attention to him, they threw over. He could steal second base as well.
He's going, and the pitch chopped foul. Third base side by Vasquez. It's 0-1.
And I don't know if they'd risk throwing through because O'Reilly can fly at third base.
Vasquez singled and scored back in the 6th. 1 for 4 today. And he hits it on the ground foul the 3rd. The count 0-2. Pollard retreating to first. He's going, and the pitch on the ground to third. Whitaker will come home, and they've got O'Reilly by a mile for out number 2. Well, no chance of the double play with Pollard going, and so he cuts down the runner at the plate to keep it a 3-run game. And Dreiling will hit. He is the 10th man to bat in this inning. He grounded out his first trip in this frame. He also has a single and a run scored in the 6th. It's coming into the game for Joe Lampe. Dreiling takes a breaking ball low. It's 1-0.
It was 4-0 when he entered the game in the 6th inning, and now it's 7-4. That hit was a big hit, getting that 2-run rally to get some offense in the 6th inning. We'll see if he can get another hit here and keep it going in the 8th.
A liner over the head of a leaping Jackson. He does keep it going. He knocks in another run. Vasquez to third. 8-4 Surprise. A 6 spot in the 8th.
That means everybody but Vasquez has reached base this inning.
Dreiling just going down and getting that and knew it. Throw over the head of Jackson.
104-mile-an-hour exit velocity.
And here's Adams, who punches one to right. That'll get down for a base hit. Vasquez trots home. It's 9-4. 7-run 8th inning for Surprise.
And that's, once again, we've highlighted this throughout the game, but especially this inning. Not trying to do too much. Just takes a pitch, goes the other way with it, right field. There's another run.
Luke Adams on base 4 times today, 3 via the walk. He's scored a run. He's stolen a base. He's made a couple of good defensive plays. A really fine game. To the Brewer prospect.
Took 2 extra bases on balls hit to Bradfield that don't show up in the box score as anything. I mean, so he's been on base, as you noted, 4 times. He's taken 3 extra bases. I mean, it's not like a huge wow box score line. It's 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI. But he's made about 8 or 9 different plays in the game. I'm really impressed with Luke Adams.
Ball player.
Yeah.
Just a ball player.
And as we were talking about, Brewers, late round pick. They got something there.
Swing and a miss, 2-1. He's also from the Chicago area, which
of course, yeah,
means
greatness. He's destined for greatness.
Jim and I don't have any biases about Chicago. 2-2. Why would you ask? Mitchell singled and scored earlier in the inning. It's 9-4 Surprise. Two-hopper to second. Jackson to first, and the inning is over.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Enter Jack, delivering the goods on game night. Who knew casual could look this sharp? Introducing the Jet Setter Tee by Jack Archer. Style that goes the distance. Slide into style now with 15% off at jackarcher.com/TV.
You know, I've always found it strange. People really want to save money, but are so willing to toss their hard-earned coin into a 3-foot pool of disappointment.
I want to be rich.
You don't need to throw your money away. All you need is your phone.
Huh.
No. Go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone.
Look at that, it's ringing.
What? What are you doing, mate?
I'm going in.
It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
Oh, look, Lou, we got a live one here. You'll get 6 free months of premium cable when you pay with a gift card. Click now.
Ask this guy if he takes arcade tokens.
Right. Do I get a free set of steak knives if I act now?
But wait, there's more.
Hell, not with this guy. Bye, scammer.
If someone asks you to pay with gift cards, it's not a deal. It's a scam. Learn more at buyscammer.com.
The only link I want is those sausages right there.
One order of links, please, for him. Yeah, good. Coming right up just for you.
These big trucks are dangerous and fast. And when it comes to big truck wrecks, the stakes can be really high. That's why you need a lawyer that's gotten big results for his clients. Hi, I'm attorney Dan Newland. I've recovered billions of dollars for accident victims. So if you've been hit by one of these big trucks or involved in a car accident, call me now. Let me fight for you at 407-888-8000. That's 407-888-8000.
Adams in the middle of everything for Surprise in this 7-run 8th inning that has them 3 outs away from the AFL Championship for 2025.
That escalated quickly.
It really got out of hand. Ryan Jackson will lead things off. The number 9 hitter for Peoria. They had a 4-0 lead at one point. They now trail by 5 as the first pitch from Edwin Jimenez misses inside, 1-0. Edwin Jimenez, who pitched a perfect 8th, now trying to finish it off. That's a strike at the knees and the count 1-1.
Still got a challenge left. I thought he might challenge that one. He didn't. Jackson didn't look too happy with that call.
Wrapped foul, the count 1-2. Look at the last 10 champions. You see Surprise went back-to-back in 22 and 23. Peoria with the 17 and 18 championships, and Jackson is short. Vasquez to first, 1 out.
If the Saguaros hold on, this would be their 5th title. They're actually pretty evenly distributed throughout the league. That would keep them in 5th. The Javelinas have won 7. The Raptors, Solar Sox, and Desert Dogs 6 each. And the Scottsdale Scorpions only 3 titles.
Which is amazing because they hosted the championship game.
Yep.
Almost every year. Enrique Bradfield Jr. takes the ball outside. 1-0. You would think home field advantage would matter in something like that.
I want, we got 2 outs. I want you to give me the breakdown by city, because it feels like all these franchises have played in 3 or 4 different cities over the course. You've had, it's not like you're relocating the franchise like the Cleveland Browns moving to Baltimore, but many of them have called multiple cities home. So I want you to work on that. We still have 2 outs. You can get that.
The 1-1, Bradfield to right, racing over Dreiling, can't get it. It's a base hit. Bradfield on base for the 3rd time today. I'm working on it feverishly, Jim, I promise you. But
Bradfield's keeping the inning going. You got to give Butch a little more time.
That'll bring up Leo Balcazar. I will make sure that I get to that list of the cities as soon as you get me the history of which Major League franchises have been on each of the teams every year.
That's going to take a little more time. We might need extra innings.
It's not long ago we had extra innings in a championship game, 2023. Balcazar takes a strike. It's 0-1.
That game lasted a long time.
That one, about a 4-hour-long game. It was a really entertaining one before surprise one.
I feel like Scott Schreiber drove in Will Wagner.
That sounds right.
To win that in the 11th.
Chopper to short. Vasquez's only play will be to first, round number 2.
Nice play. Made a not easy play look fairly easy.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La playa awaits.
At FrameBridge, we believe the items you frame tell your story. Since 2014, FrameBridge has been making it easy to custom frame everything you love, online and in your local store. Transparent pricing, beautiful designs, handcrafted using the highest quality materials, delivered to you in days. This holiday season, give a gift only you can give from FrameBridge. Start gifting today at your local store or at framebridge.com anytime.
Find out if you're getting pulled under on your car insurance at smarterauto.com. In under 2 minutes, we compare over 90 auto insurance carriers so you know if you're overpaying. Find out if you're paying more than you should on car insurance. Shop smarter at smarterauto.com.
Today, business happens virtually everywhere. That's why you need Supermobile from T-Mobile. The best plan on the best network. A first-of-its-kind plan that lets you run your business from your phone like never before. In moments of high demand, T-Mobile's network adapts to put your business connection first. All backed by America's largest satellite network.
Supermobile, the best business plan on the best network.
You won't believe where I am.
Sensodyne is our first line of defense against sensitivity. When people are experiencing sensitivity, they're experiencing an exposed layer of the tooth. Sensodyne helps by creating a protective barrier on those exposed areas. I love Sensodyne because it works.
MLB Network has the offseason covered. Start the day with the leadoff spot. Then take a spin on the rumor mill with Hot Stove. And cap off the day with MLB Tonight. The offseason coverage never stops on MLB Network.
Yamamoto goes the distance again. Shohei Ohtani, the stuff of legend. Freddie Freeman, Mr. World Series. No way! Miguel Rojas. It is gone. It's Will Smith in Game 7. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
Join the conversation. Follow MLB Network on social media and let us know what's on your mind.
And the last chance for Peoria, down 9-4 in the ninth, will be Johnny Farmello.
Can we issue an intentional walk to Johnny Farmello so we can get one more guaranteed at bat with Duno? Would that?
Well, why don't just have Farmello get a hit?
Well, that's fine too, but I'd risk averse.
0 for 3 with a walk today. First pitch. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. All the surprise players on the dugout railing, waiting to dogpile. The 0-1. Farmello takes outside. It's 1-1. And then is set. The 1-1. 1-2. And now Peoria down to its final strike. Farmello uses timeout. You can see the Saguaros ready to celebrate. The 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2 the count. Jimenez gets the sign he wants. He's set. The pitch. Fouled away. Farmelo stays alive. Farmelo can reach. Juno is 0 for 4 today, but he has massive power. He could get them back in this game in a hurry. Bradfield from second. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. And the surprise Saguaros are champions of the Arizona Fall League for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. A 7-run 8th inning brings them back for a 9-4 victory today. The number 2 seed in the AFL playoffs, champions in comeback fashion and disappointment from a Peoria team that had a 4-0 lead at 1 point. The prize wins, and they take home the Arizona Fall League Championship for 2025. Well, a fun ball game again today. It is always fun. This is, we've talked about the hidden gem for baseball, the Arizona Fall League, and the championship games almost never disappoint.
No, it's always fun, and if history's any indication, probably about 20 of these guys, Mike, will eventually make the big leagues. Some will be in the big leagues next year, but if we look back in 5 years, we'll see, oh, we saw 20 big leaguers, and we could sit here and just rattle them all off like some guys we think we'll definitely see. But no, it's the cool thing about this victory, you know, having talked to guys who've won championships in the Fall League before, it's the Fall League, okay, it's not the Major League. This sticks with you. These guys will remember this championship. They'll remember playing with these guys. The cool thing about this one in particular, so many different guys contributed to it. This wasn't, you know, like one guy hitting a home run and, you know, you probably had 12 or 15 guys who played a large role. You know, the game, it was 4-0, and the bullpen locked it down after that. Just a fun game to watch. And yeah, I think my favorite guy today, he wasn't the biggest name. He's one of the biggest players, but Luke Adams impacted the game in so many ways, a lot of which didn't even show up in the box score. Just fun to watch him play, fun to watch all these guys play.
And a chance for the surprise Saguaros to pose with the banner Arizona Fall League champions for 2025 as they come back, as Jim mentioned, from that 4-0 deficit to beat Peoria today. 9-4 the final here in Scottsdale.